And we're back in Mythic Odyssey of Theros. I'm Satyr Atlas as your dungeon master, and what do my players remember from the previous session? As it was an interesting one. Ooh.
It was
clear memories.
We found the temple thing.
There was a little thing you did before you found a temple.
Oh,
It was
the
heckin'
many-armed
cool.
man.
So the Hecatonchires.
That's it. I forgot what it was called. Was it in the wall? We kind of annoyed him. We said we'd leave, and we then found the temple.
That was guarded by a pair of tattleworms.
Yeah, the snake dragon things.
The fluffy snake dragon things.
Yeah. Killed those.
Well, they got stolen.
We killed one and then we stole the other. We're good at this. And then we went up to the temple. Sogeg was trying to pour blood all over the place. Or something.
As Sogeg is wont to do.
I was redecorating.
We cleaned it up. Me and Dios cleaned it up. Then there was an argument that happened.
There was some
I think
infighting.
someone hit someone else. Yeah. We took a rest. We carried on down the mountain, found a rock, and it screamed breakfast at us.
It was the morning, and you have two people that can translate beasts, so what did you want from me?
It picked Sogeg up, dropped Sogeg. Sogeg went down.
Dropped Sogeg for about 140 feet up in the air.
Yes. And then it went to go pick up Zolk. Picked up Zolk. Dropped Zolk.
Didn't drop Zolk from as high, mainly because it died while holding on to Zolk.
Sogeg did stab it from 50 feet away with his spear.
You did a super stab on it, that is true.
Ridiculous.
Well, you've forgotten the most important detail about everything. Bennett rolled a critical hit.
Yeah,
you actually Bennett
hit
rolled
something.
Well.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has his moments.
He deserves his moments. He doesn't get them very often.
No.
Not related to
he makes them count.
Definitely not related to being like dropped out the sky, but does anyone else need a rest? So Sogeg's looking definitely woozy. Sogeg's not too hot.
So yeah, we'll start back up literally the moment after the rock has been defeated. So,
right, yeah.
Zolk still relatively stuck within its claws, and everyone else picking themselves back up. Although it didn't do a lot of area damage, it was mostly just trying to steal Sogeg.
Who wouldn't want to?
Want a chicken wing?
Appreciate.
Well, it was hungry.
Sogeg was very big as well.
Sogeg did get big.
I felt like a god for a moment. It was magical. Before it gets put into an extra-dimensional pocket, Pogeg is just going to dive headfirst into the gore of the rock, sort of making a nice little home.
Fair.
The hat on Pogeg's hat shines. Pogeg once again feels 3 days away from whatever awful things will happen.
Oh, it just simply stops existing.
Poor Pogeg, what a nightmare. Should we help Zolk out?
Would be nice, yeah.
I will swing my great Zeiston from 50 foot in the rock's eye and just sort of slash it down towards the rock's legs, hoping it'll.
Okay.
Actually, no. You know what? Our fishermen have allies it.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
You have to be within 10 feet of him, though. It's not based on the range.
Of course, yes, I do.
So plan
no,
A.
I don't do that. Just swinging my Zeiston about while it's really big.
Okay. Make an attack roll with it.
Oh, I'm very tempted to do some. I didn't take damage last turn, so I don't get advantage. Hiya! Oh, big miss.
So you give it a good old swing around, and I think you're just a little too unused to having such extreme reach that you don't quite get the power behind it to be able to do a lot other than swing it around in glee. Zork is still very much stuck in a rapidly rigor mortising claw.
Disappointed in myself, I walk up and just fish him with allies in.
You
But not as far away.
pick him up by your spear, which you've got a little more control over. Now you're nice and close. And just jab, and out he pops. There you go, Zonk. You're now free of the bird.
I would like to harvest from it.
You can certainly try. What are you trying to harvest?
I want to avoid the meat, since we'll need that to actually eat. So I want its talons and its feathers.
Okay. And what are you going to use to remove them?
I've apparently got a dagger.
Okay. Make an attack roll with a dagger.
Oh no.
Followed then by a survival check. Okay, I will give you one rock claw, and with that, a solid one feather from a rock.
Got a bit of animosity towards this rock. I'd like to take its eyes, please.
Wait,
Or
what?
the one that's left.
There, it does have one left because one of them was poked out by yourself.
I would like to attempt to take it.
Are you trying to extract
Quite
it
angry.
without damaging it?
Not really, honestly. I'm just sort of wildly... I just want its eye in some form.
Okay.
Why?
Because it dropped me from 100 feet. I'm very miffed.
Making.
It's a rock, aren't I?
So what are you using to extract it?
I will try with my bobtail, actually, to be a bit more deft with it.
Okay. So
Trying
make an
to
attack roll
weave
with that, and
behind the
then
eye.
followed by a survival check.
Pop it out neatly. With a survival.
The attack roll is mostly to
I'm
see if
coming
you're actually strong enough to
Ooh,
start picking it apart, because
it's not good.
rocks are quite tough. And then the survival is to see how well you did. So, well, yes, you managed to sting it directly into its other eyeball. You pop it immediately in this shower of pus and gore.
Ew.
In the shower of pus and gore, I will just yell out to the skies. I have a feeling Nylea's behind this, so I'm just going to yell out an oath of vengeance. Curse you, Nylea! Send more rocks, I'll kill them all.
Etc. etc.
Would anyone like to join me in my great shout to, telling Nylea to piss off? I look around, I look to...
Scuts will just like roar in underlining his sentiment.
Isn't
I'll
that
give
the
a
one I've
thumbs
already
up with one of
pissed
mine.
off?
Yes.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
Yes,
yeah.
she is.
I've already given
Very-
her the middle finger, haven't I?
Very much so.
Yes, the laser of light in the form of a middle finger.
It sent a message.
It definitely did.
Oh, she's sending messages.
No, she's sending rocks.
She did throw a rock at you.
Hey! That's how you tell them.
Scuts would like to see if she can pull a feather off so she can make a new drawing quill
Okay.
for her magic paints.
Is it just the pulling a feather off?
I want to go for the biggest, shiniest, featheriest feather this bird has.
Okay. Just make a survival check.
Are so big! As she like rips it. thing? Oh, it's doing the. Why does it do this to me? Is there a way to turn off the public or private role, or will it just ask every time?
If
now?
you go to settings of the cog at the end, there should be somewhere on there that is the whisper toggle and then advantage toggle. Also, you go for the biggest pinion feather that you can find, the long sort of guiding feather that allows this thing to fly. Grab it with both hands and rip. And you hear a loud snap as you split it in half like a tree branch.
You're too riled up. You've got to calm down. Is there anyone in the party who's somewhat dexterous? Because, to be fair, Scott sees actually. That was just a very unlucky roll.
Bennett should be, right?
Survival's
all right at
wisdom, not dexterity.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's wisdom, isn't it? Of course.
So it's more of.
Wisdom.
So it's not moving anywhere. If you're trying to basically cut into it to get to something, you'll need to be able to actually be able to cut through it, which is why I'm asking for the attack rolls. If you're just trying to take stuff off the outside, so plucking feathers, the survival check's more how delicate you are and knowing exactly where to cut to divide it into the right places.
Turkey. Do we have enough time to take a short break and make some rock jerky?
Definitely vote for that.
I don't think you can instantly rub salt on it and just call it good, but
you can definitely take some, or attempt to take some chunks of meat, but to dry it out into jerky, you'd need a way to dry it out.
Give a sideways glance towards the sun cat. Start saying quite loudly, "If only we had a way." Actually, I'm going to step way away. I remember last time you called down the sun, it really, really hurt. I'm just going to step away when this is happening.
Or should have also, those attack rolls against a rock should have been at disadvantage from people being near Zolk.
Curse you, rat. Is it too late to do my vengeance away from Nylea to Zolk?
So, what are you planning on doing? What do we want to do?
I think get some meat. Get as much meat as we can.
Yeah, Bennett knows how to dismember a body if anybody needs any tips on cutting it up.
I think you're better with human bodies than giant birds, but I'm sure they equate.
I think humans scale up. It's all bones and meat at the end of the day.
Isn't that the classic philosopher bit of that a plucked chicken is just a man? Because it's hairless and walks on two legs?
Something like that.
Pretty weird looking man.
Said by the crazy guy.
It was the crazy guy, but that was the whole point.
I don't trust words from someone who shits in a bucket. That's what Sogig lives by.
That is some proud moral wisdom.
Sogig's got a -1 to his wisdom, okay? He doesn't know better.
So, Bennett, what are you planning on doing?
I was going to hack at its joints. So, like its knees and its shoulders, hips.
So, again, make an attack roll with whatever you're trying to cut it with, and then a survival check.
Do we need to get Pogeg out of the rock before we're, like, dissecting it here?
You just see a happy Pogeg face halfway through dissecting it.
Okay, he's having a good time then. Just checking.
Pogeg's just chilling. Oh,
wow, Bennett, you're really good at this.
My survival is +0 though, so this is just going to go anyway.
You're really good at killing dead things. It's amazing.
Okay. Let's have a look. What would I get for that one? I'll go for... So you get 9 portions of rock meat that are edible portions. that need cooking, but you could definitely get enough to basically make 9 portions of food.
Going to hand those over to Scuts because I think Scuts knows how to prep meat for food better. I get that impression.
Scots has given us biscuits before.
They were made out of
It was
lion
very
as well,
nice,
so...
Yeah.
I need a long rest to do it though. Till then, we just have some meat. I should probably like wrap it in something with the salt just so it doesn't spoil.
You do have some death salt.
Hopefully, there's no negative side effects to that first part.
Yeah, I wonder if death salt has anything bad about it.
It was
Ooh, I'll use all the charges on my little pouch. Just
Oh, I forgot
True,
you
you've
had that.
got
out of
the handy spice pouch.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's only a
and then
couple of pinches, but
My inventory lists a flask of oil and it doesn't say what kind. I don't know whether that's going to be any good for cooking or not.
Pretty sure it's not
Gasoline.
balsamic.
I think petrol makes the best kind of cooking. So
well,
gets
Getting
hot.
barbecues going.
Well, we just need to get our butts to somewhere where I can cook this then. Barbecue, let's go.
I mean, don't forget, you've also got your portable cauldron.
Do we have to worry about attracting stuff if we cook food though? Resting, I thought we've
You
brought that up
definitely get the feeling that this giant bird carcass is likely going to attract other hungry things that are looking for a free breakfast. It is still first thing in the morning.
Well, what if we cook close enough that anything that comes by will just go to the thing that they don't have to fight somebody for? It's already its own distraction.
I know this is a bloodlust talking, but that sounds like a perfect plan.
Don't leave Pogeg in there, otherwise Pogeg might get killed.
Hogeg's invincible. Hogeg is eternal.
Is anyone against trying to rest for a little bit, or do we want to carry on? How do we want to go? Because I don't.
I think 2 people need to rest, so I would definitely say a rest is a good idea.
Hogeg claps his hands. Well, actually, it depends if we are resting, so I can actually heal myself up. I actually get a chance to use my lay on hands last session.
I mean, I don't want to boast, but for once, Bennett actually has maximum hit points.
I mean, I think only 2 people really took any injuries in that fight, but
We took one for the team.
those
Gus is looking
injuries were
pretty-
pretty significant. So
I don't exactly know why Neil has 1 point of damage, has taken 1 point of damage. Don't know where he's had that
What
from.
have you been doing to Neil?
I don't know where he got it from.
It's not real damage, it's emotional damage.
more than likely, yeah.
It's a tough day to be in Avernus. Avernus? What am I about?
Yeah,
Sogeg really has taken too much. of a hit.
yeah. He's taken a serious blow to the head. He's,
Sogeg claps his hands together in. I'm just going to lay on hands myself for 20.
oh, we've gone for the full 20.
Sit
I've
down
got
and
5
touch
left.
yourself.
Yes, so Sogeg goes in a corner and just says, "Give me a couple of minutes, everyone."
You
Oh
need
my
some Sogeg time.
Yeah, needs to go clean up.
Hogeg, use your illusory appearance, please. Now, Pogeg is going to turn into a mini version of Sogeg, though. Hopefully, that means the rocks will go for Pogeg and not me.
I mean, if we want to avoid taking a rest, I can just use a sealer's leaf.
Yeah, I think it's worth.
Don't you need medicine capability to use that? If I recall.
You also have a dawning leaf as well if you wanted to take a long rest in a very short amount of time.
Does that work for everyone?
It's everybody that inhales it.
Do you want that?
We just got to hotbox it.
You got a
in a
hotbox it.
shed.
It's
I don't
risky.
think we need it, right?
We definitely don't
But-
need that. I think that'll be well.
Yeah,
I think we should save that.
I'll use a sealer's leaf.
You got this.
Okay, make a medicine check. I can
worst.
remind myself of how much that actually is. Where was it? Okay, roll a d8. You get
I'm
2
not-
points of healing. Sorry.
Whoa.
Oh no, it was on myself.
Oh, is that on yourself?
Yeah.
Then it's only 2 points of healing to use, Alk.
Still 2 points of healing.
It's something.
So it always
Hogeg will
heals when
walk
you
up-
use it, but it just depends on how well you are at using it.
Hogeg will walk up to Zolk and become form of humanoid rat, and just sort of get in your face, waving their hands as she'll lay on hands you and give you 12. I'll use up all
Wow.
those because I always forget about it. 12 points of healing to
Look at
Zolk.
this. It's so okay making sure other people are healed before they are.
Sogeg revels in the... My thinking is, Sogeg just lives for the blood to flow, and while Zolk is low, not much blood can flow, and now Zolk is back up.
How much did
Zolk
you heal
can
me
bleed
for
again.
again?
12.
Alright, okay.
Zolk is also smaller, so there's less blood in his body, so it doesn't matter as much.
Less important.
Definitely almost
Okay.
full then.
I think Dios is wise enough to know that there's just no point healing us at all. We're going to die anyway. Two characters the most downed, I think.
So, are you taking a short rest to cook your rock meat, or are you moving on?
It's going to go off if we don't. But should we get away from the mountains? I feel like the mountains... Not that I'm scared of getting launched up into the air again, but I'm kind of scared of getting launched up into the air again.
So, what's the plan?
I guess we're moving on to find a better place to rest.
You're moving on from here.
Adventure party.
As you start leaving and going towards the edge of the savannah, you do hear moving rocks and something slithering. Something comes to get rid of the leftovers, as you were saying. As this giant snake starts eating the giant bird hole. In fact, I
circle
love
of life,
this
but bigger.
giant snake, but
Beautiful.
have I got a...
Everyone can see Scuts get very visibly excited at the large, shiny, scaly, snaky.
It's a very shiny snake.
The
It's a
day.
very- And just some fellow holding up a torch.
I'm just going to sit down surreptitiously next to Scott.
Only like the head and first little part of the neck are sticking out of this little crack in the rock, as it is swallowing the rock
Oh my
whole. So I'm assuming you're leaving it alone to finish its meal.
A staring wonder. It's like a... I feel like we can learn something here. Beautiful.
How many rages left? You could
Well,
still
think
try to
about
shove
this-
it in my shirt.
Well, I was just about to say, I can't help but think at this moment the whole party's just going to turn to Sogeg and just look at him and just as if waiting to see what he does.
You see Sogeg with a tape measure out, just wondering if this snake is 50 feet away.
Oh.
Oh, it's not.
And Scuts has just like got a pencil held out like an artist would. It's like, would that fit in my pocket?
One eye closed, thumb, like, tongue out, concentration max.
Concentration.
Concentrating.
I...
Concentrating. Okay, I will move you
I think you've got
on.
one too many tongues in your head.
As you reach the open savannah that is Oreskos, the endless field of long grass, the occasional tree and sun-scorched land.
Oh, I like Sunscorch.
And you keep on wandering, probably for a good hour or two without too much in the way. The place seems lively, so you can see small animals roaming around, birds overhead, stuff like that. Nothing as an immediate call to attention. Most notably, there are no paths, so there's no roads or footpaths to walk along. You're just sort of walking and hoping you're going in the right direction.
Just wondering, whereabouts on the big map of Theros are we?
So if I move you back to the big map,
Northeast, I believe.
so would be around here.
Oh,
Okay.
we're not going northeast. We're going towards Technos. Ooh.
So essentially, you've just come off the edge of the mountain.
Can I get out my Dasa coin thing that's going on?
Yep.
Which way are they pointing?
So one is pointing north, or west by northwest, and one is pointing east by southeast. So if I was to draw it as sort of an arrow, one's pointing that kind of direction, so that sort of way.
Okay.
And one is pointing that way.
Okay. So it's pointing towards Tethmos.
Yes.
Okay.
Tefmos, I guess.
So you continue
Cheeky
wandering
not to.
along. It's the next little part.
Ooh.
Well, you come to a small, dried-out riverbed. A little bit of water still flowing, but it is barely a stream at this point, just a trickle of water. And along its edge are marching four giant, way bigger than normal, ants. Two of which carrying dead boars in their jaws as they march along the edge. And these sort of craters or holes seem to actually be tunnels straight down.
Getting there, Zolk.
You what?
You're a tunnel guy.
I don't want to go diving into a tunnel when I don't know what's there.
Listen, friendly ant. Everyone knows old adage. Ants are friendly. Everyone knows that, Zolk.
Not so certain.
Just to sort of creep along. Are the ants walking away or walking towards
Walking
us?
towards. They are following the edge of the dried up river.
Definitely going to stand far away from this hole. Fuck me. Jesus. Ant hole.
I will jump into a bush.
Away. Edging it.
I'll move them as
I
they
get a feeling that I
march.
could trick them into thinking that I'm the Ant King. I have got many legs.
You have got many legs, and you can speak to them.
I have
Are
a
they
feeling that
saying
ant
anything?
conversation's going to be great. Yeah.
So, okay, make a perception check. Whoever's trying to listen to
these.
them. They're definitely chirping to each other, although the exact words slip your mind. Bennett, you've got no idea. You don't speak Ant, so not really your forte.
This is perfectly fitting.
Oh my word.
Well, this is it for tonight now. Settle in.
You rolled your natural 20 for the year last session, so.
And you had a
Am I
good
too
roll earlier.
Against the corpse, yeah. It was great. It's Bennett's moment to shine.
Yes, or shout out towards the ants, like, where come from? Interested to see where they've been harvesting boars.
So they freeze at the call to attention as the ones carrying their the meat drop them as they turn to face sort of mandibles out, sort of not really sure what to make of something speaking before just trying to murder them. So what did you shout to them?
I just shouted out, "Where come from?" Which way are they coming from?
Who's asking?
Me,
We don't know
King
you.
Ant.
Fuck off.
Me, King Ant. And I raise my claws up and sort of clack them together.
Make a deception check for me.
Oh, I'm a devious fellow, I am.
Okay, Zoidberg.
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no.
Everyone knows kings are shit. No one wants kings. Fuck off. Ah, we're in for the
true.
queen. We're going to the queen. We've got a food. Stop interrupting. We've got to work. We've got to work. We've got to work. We've got to work. We should really unionize.
I hushed whisper into my pocket as Pogeg will come out as use the illusory appearance to look like, well, it has to be a humanoid, so essentially me, but as a woman.
I mean,
As I will pull out
technically
and
you're
say-
not humanoid. You are a monstrosity.
That's true. How humanoid is humanoid? How good an impression of an ant queen could Pogeg do?
I tell you what,
Okay,
you've played
tense.
Fallout 3 before, haven't you?
I have.
You know the antagonizer?
Oh,
The ant queen from that, where it's just
Yeah.
armor that vaguely looks like an ant. There you go.
it might work.
But you've got
I
two
will
heads.
pull out Pogeg, two-head Pogeg, and say, "Correct, ant workers. It was a ruse to make sure you were real ants, because I for a second thought you were in disguise. Here's the real ant queen."
Make another deception check at
Can't roll bad
disadvantage.
dice. Yeah, I'll accept that. But this is where I get 2 crits. Oh Lord, I actually
Yeah,
did.
you got your 2 crits. This is what happened to Granny when you tried to call your captain or call your champion.
God, I wish I had Pompous.
So they take a step or a couple scuttles forward as they are essentially showing off a display to sort of get you to back down. Yeah, that's no queen. That's prey. That's food. We'll eat that. We'll eat you. We're working. So fuck off.
I'll allow it. So Geg feels a bit of a twang in his armor still, and I'll stuff Pogeg away and accept I'm not quite the ant charmer I thought I was.
At this point, this one is going to dive into the hole. The others still stay where they are.
Get away from this
Shot.
hole.
Yeah, I don't trust these holes.
Yeah, I'm gonna move away from the.
The Hole of Doom.
Yeah.
Sure, there's nothing wrong with it.
Pogeg is going to just to do some shenanigans. That's 30 feet. Yeah, I'm going to use a minor illusion. I'm going to create a sound of an ant exploding outside the hole.
Okay. Do you know what an ant exploding would sound like?
It sounds a bit like, sort of like, you know, when you like put your finger in your mouth and you do the pop noise. I don't think it would come through the microphone too well. It's just a really satisfying pop. It's a
Okay.
really blindingly loud, satisfying pop.
Okay.
I'll throw some disco lights on top of it.
As well as a handful of disco lights.
Say I don't look like a queen. Have they no shame?
So, there are some floating lights and a random popping noise over the top of the hall. What's everyone else doing?
Hiding in a bush.
That's probably worth doing.
I don't know how well it'll go for me, but it'll do.
Really tempted to
Guts
be
is-
mean to Zolk.
Skuts has rummaged around in her shirt and pulled out something that she's ready to throw if shit goes down.
Yeah,
But she really, in the heart of, like, in the depth of her soul, she just wants to go over there and just, honest to God, just bench press one of these ants.
Reading my mind.
They look so hefty.
you can certainly try.
Nah, she's trying not to start shit. I wasted one of my rages
Oh,
just showing off that I could
make
get
an-
extra huge, so...
Yeah, make an animal handling check.
Oh, God.
This is more to see whether or not you could work out a way to bench press one of these.
So, alright, I'm daydreaming about bench pressing one.
Yes.
Oh, God.
You get the feeling that these things are, even though they are the size of cows, they are quite lightweight, so wouldn't really put up much resistance. As in, well, they try and fight and bite you while you're trying to grab them and bench press them, you wouldn't struggle pressing them.
Oh, man,
The
I'd
granny
have to
stick's
stack
going to be
so many
heavier than
ants.
these, yeah.
Too many ants to get it worth lifting. Oh, she's just gonna sit there and do bicep curls with the granny stick instead, while everybody figures out what's up.
Just casually flexing to yourself.
Gotta keep Sogeg on his toes. All of them.
Sogeg just starts doing toe curls. Just constant butterfly lifts. It's leg day, Skuts, not arm day.
Guts is gonna start doing squats while she's doing the
Lyle, oh my god.
Oh god.
do some jerk pulls.
Sogeg just sort of, my god, I've invested.
I'm glad you did that before I asked for athletics checks from everyone to see how bested you were. So while the muscle heads are being muscled, what would Nedrin, Bennett, and Dios like to do, if anything?
I'm just gonna let the muscleheads do musclehead things and just keep walking. I'll turn around and help them if they do something really stupid, but for the most part, I want no part in it.
I have got a strained grain, I've got to be honest.
Dios, make an insight check for me.
Oh, I'm great at those. Actually, I'm not too bad.
I was going to say, you're a cleric, you should be decent enough at them.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You note that the giant ants do seem to almost move back slightly from you as you move closer towards them.
I'll take a couple of steps closer to.
Do take a short step backwards.
Cowards.
They're not fully backing down. They're still sort of trying to display to make themselves look big and scary. But you get the feeling that there's something about you specifically that has them a little bit more on edge.
Unfortunately, I can't speak with animals, so there's not a lot I can do to infer what that might be.
In then, Adrian.
So they're backing away from him?
Slightly, yes. They do seem a little bit intimidated by him.
I mean, who wouldn't be?
He has got his shirt off, so.
Are you still wearing your poncho?
I'm still wearing my poncho, but I'm not wearing my armor. That's still in my pack.
Okay. Okay.
But I've got an in poncho. I just need a wide brimmed hat. And then we can
Good gardener.
put Satir's Mexican accent to the test.
Oh no.
I don't really know how to initiate a conversation with an ant about this.
You can speak to animals
quite-
much like anybody
They were
else.
quite vocal. They weren't as dumb as I thought they'd be. They're just kind of like Americans. They sounded quite American. That's what Sata thinks all Americans are. Ant people.
Okay, the motivation was office drone, so yes.
It's about right, yeah.
It just reminded me of that Facebook group.
What?
There's a Facebook group where everyone pretends to be ants, and like most of the things people say in the comments is lift and work.
Oh no. Why is that a thing?
I'm in it.
Doesn't help.
Just say I'm walking over here. You'll be fine.
I don't think I gave them a New Yorker accent though, so
You were dangerously close.
I don't think so.
Dangerously close, yeah. Like very high octane New York.
Do the ants make any reaction when I move?
Not really.
Trying to get us back on track
No,
here.
they don't seem to care all that much.
Okay. Eos, can you move again? I guess. See if they still react.
Take a couple of steps forward.
Nadrin, you would hear them. Hey! No closer, lion! I see you!
What's wrong with the lion man?
I love these guys, by the way.
That's so great.
What's
I'll
what's
say
it
over
to
them,
you?
What's wrong with it? Well, you're flinching back away from him.
Yeah, you see Dios just look over your shoulder and just point at him and shrug.
You,
He knows what he looks like.
I don't know why a fish would be with a cat. That's weird.
Why are ants scared of a cat?
You're not from around here, are you?
No, clearly not.
Then fuck off. We were working. You've interrupted our work. We're gonna work. We don't get paid overtime.
Go.
You go.
You go. I'm having an argument with some ants.
Not a productive one at that.
Okay. Well, while we give Nadrin a moment to recover, what was everyone else doing?
Yell over as well. Why are you scared of Catman?
I hope you're happy, Atlas. Look what you've done.
It's the most rewarding thing a dungeon master can hear.
That is very true.
Guts just wants to pick Dios up and carry him like the Lion King cub and walk forward to just get the ants to move.
Just warding them off.
Take that ball.
I'm a bit bigger than a cub.
I know. She,
Yeah,
well,
but Scuds would be able to pick you up like that without an issue.
Yeah, I know that. I know she's plenty strong, but I'm pretty sure the dimensions wouldn't work out.
I will still
took
draw
your
it. It'll
knees.
work.
You'll
You took your knees
The
across your
expression
chest.
on his face.
you'll
Oh, you
have
have to
a
draw that.
You'll have a face full of Dios ass.
But Dios is in that position like kittens do when they get picked up by the scruff of the neck and they just like
Tangle.
go into that ball.
No, just no. I'm very proud Leonin. No. Get the squirty squirt. No, why would you want to pick me up anyway? I can walk.
She
I have
hasn't done
legs.
it. Yeah, she remembers how offended he got when she offered to carry him around like a baby the first time. So she won't disrespect him again.
Just in testing, just to make sure that it is definitely because the Odyssey of Leonin, Pogeg will skulk out in the shape of Leonin with illusory appearance. I believe Leonin are humanoid.
Yeah, they are humanoids.
At pace. I'll
This
run to
one
there.
will back up.
Wave my arms about.
Yeah, that one will back away. Showing that same sort of caution towards Pogeg.
Staring directly in Dios's eyes, I'll pick Pogeg up like it was discussed. And I'll just sort of walk forward with the cat charm.
Hey! We see you, cat too! Fuck off! Don't go closer!
Say, there's a hole over there, Ant. Why don't you jump in it if you're a chicken?
Just, this is our stuff! Not yours! Go away!
No.
Good answer.
I'll just say, how about, why don't we splitsies it? You get one ball, we get the other one. That's fair. Ants know about fairness, don't they?
Wait, we's already overworked and underpaid, and you're gonna take half our pay? We don't even get to eat these boars!
Welcome to society, Ant-Man. The cats rule, and I'm just gonna run a bit forward, like, not run forward, but sort of like, like jolt forward a bit.
And this one
Trying
grabs the ball and legs it to this hole before diving into it.
curse you and your boreholes. And I guess sort of slowly crouch this way. I don't know why we're trying to steal the boars off these ants. I gotta be honest, but
Dios is just going to pipe up and say, guys, can we please stop antagonizing the wildlife? Chances are they'll come back. They're fucking ants. There's holes. Chances are they'll come back with 10 times their number and eat us. Let's get out of here.
Nylea needs to know that we're in charge.
He already knows.
I just tried to ask them a question, and they got angry at me.
They were scared.
We're on their turf. Why wouldn't they be angry?
I asked them a simple question, and they started yelling at me.
Ants get the underworld. We get the overworld.
They're just being territorial.
All right.
Pogeg's just flipping the middle finger up as I'm being dragged away.
We've been staring at the ants too long. So now Scuts has taken her shirt off and opened it up on the ground, and she's gesturing for Sogeg to try to tell them she's got a new queen for them in her tunnel. Sogeg! Sogeg, get the ants to go in the hole. Tell them Granny's the queen.
You see Sogeg shaking a bit because I don't want to fuck it up. But Sogeg's I'm gonna walk this way. I'm gonna sort of corral slowly here, and as I get to this position, I will say out to the ants, "I'm sorry for antagonizing you, ants, but I had to make sure you were real ants, as we've heard a lot of conversation about fake ants trying to attack the queen. But I know where the queen is now. We kept her safe. She's in that hole over there." I'll gesture towards Scuts' pocket image.
Okay. Make a deception check.
I'm failing this. I'm just going to go and run up and grapple an ant. That's my... Oh! Not bad.
Okay. So as you step towards them and make this explanation, they panic. This one at the back grabs the bow and runs into a hole. The other one runs into a hole and just dives straight into the bag.
As soon as it goes in, Scuts will scoop it back closed and put it back over her head.
Just as the panic overtook it, it just dived straight into the hole.
Fool.
You're like
Proven
not even
once.
sure you can even really make any. Scuts is just very fluffy.
There you go. You've got one scared giant ant worker in your bag.
Granny will give him coffee breaks. It's fine.
Still not gonna
Yeah,
get
she
there.
does. She does seem like a fair and honest boss. And considering whenever there was items in Granny's lair, they would grow either ant or spider legs and walk away. I wonder what would happen to an ant.
Ooh. Antception.
Ant legs on the ant legs.
Well, it goes the other way and it loses all its legs. That's where all the
It
ant
just
legs
gains
come
human
from.
feet. Yeah.
No, Granny gets ants, then rips the legs off and uses them for all the knickknacks that walk around.
Well, that's
God.
Oh
horrifying.
gosh, I hope not.
What have you done, Scots? What have you done?
Hey, they said. Well, I guess I couldn't have understood that their working conditions suck, but I understood their frustration, even if I couldn't understand what they said. They just called out to me. They needed to go. He needed to go to Granny's. Thanks, so gang. High five.
High five.
Okay. Are you
Right.
moving on, or are you going to investigate the ant hills?
I think we need to run away from the ant hills, I've got to be honest.
I think we've argued with ants enough.
Yeah.
We somehow didn't get into
I
combat
thought
with
they were
these
good
ants. I think we need to
conversationalists,
run away.
personally.
They were surprisingly charismatic, I've got to be honest. I was feeling their plight towards the end.
What is happening? No. What is happening?
Scots just can't stop jumping in the hole. Oh no.
Every time I click, it's dragging the screen around. Oh. Okay, I kind of got closer up the. What is happening? I'm gonna reset roll 20 real quick.
Okay,
That was funny.
give it a quick
Ant
refresh.
madness. Ant madness if I ever saw it.
Okay. So, you're all moving on from here? No one wants to investigate the holes in the ground?
And it has
mean-
no in the holes in the ground. Unless it's putting corpses in.
Oh.
Spoken like somebody that interacted with these
edgy.
ants. Okay, I will move you further along. Not that I didn't have an entire nest map ready. Just in
you want us
case.
to get eaten by ants.
Just in case.
You want us
I was
to-
tempted to
now
jump in the hole.
You would be.
So, you move on. Take another couple hours just to walk through the open wilderness of the savannah. Until you come to a very drying watering hole. You can see where the water has eroded away at the sides that has been heavily drunk dry. And standing in the middle of it, its water's barely even covering the bottom of its ankles, is a large four-tusked, slightly fluffy elephant creature. If you want to try and identify it, I would ask for a nature check or to get a read on what it's doing. Animal handling.
Could I have more of a look just to see if it's injured at all? It's been battles.
Make
Oh, wow.
a medicine check. Okay, so you get all three. Fantastic. So, Bennett, you would know that this is an oliphant, the largest type of elephant creature. Few and far between, very aggressive, very rare, very valuable. So, okay, it does seem to have a couple battle scars that have long since healed. That it's been in a lot of fights
Oh,
and won a lot of fights.
yeah.
Dios, you can tell that this thing is in musk. It is weeping from both eyes, and he's looking very, very aggressive.
Okay, it's not a happy thing.
It is
Have you
likely
seen
a
its
male in the
styles?
middle of a breeding season, and it is essentially defending this territory. It's not happy.
I mean, why would it be? There's not much water in there. Just yell out. It's pretty lame territory you got there.
Are you actually yelling out to it?
Oh, yell out to it. I'll say sort of. You strong warrior.
Okay,
I guess from
I'd
seeing
like
its
everyone to
battles.
roll initiative, please.
Oh, for God's sake!
Well done, Sogeg.
You try and be friends with a big friendly elephant
It was
thing.
not friendly, and you were warned that it was not friendly.
Listen, either it let us go in the puddle or we made it bleed. That was the only two options. We need to get this rat a bath.
You what? No.
Zolk, you smell so bad that you give me disadvantage when I'm within 10 feet of you.
Right,
It's unbearable.
Oh, hold on. I've not cleared the initiative from last time, so let me get rid of
Oh
everything
God, it's
and
not
add
another
everyone
rock, is
in.
there?
Yeah.
He is to roll initiative again.
No, I'll still take your rolls, so I'm not having to redo them all. So.
Oliphant's taking a long time to gore us. What's it thinking about? What are its plans?
Deciding which one to go for.
Most likely the one that yelled.
I'm okay with this.
Rude. Very rude. I was going to praise it and say that it was Mogis would welcome a four-tusked mammoth monster.
You said its territory was shit.
Yeah, but I backed that up with you look pretty strong. It's called a compliment sandwich. Start good, give a bad, and give a good one
Oh,
again.
come on, roll 20. What the hell are you doing?
Letting us.
Add a
Endless
turn,
fighting
but every
chance.
time I add the elephant's turn, it adds a second scuds and a second dios. I'm like, what are you doing?
I mean, if you want to give us another
That just
turn.
count. Yeah.
Okay. Nadrin, you're the first one to react to Sogeg's stupidity.
So this thing looks aggressive now that he's been shouted at.
The immediate response was this thing turning, and you can see it essentially starting to rapidly move towards you.
Okay, I am going to immediately enlarge on Scuts.
Okay. Scott, so you're willing to let yourself go large?
Scuts was away.
Well, I'm going to assume that's a yes, because of course it is. So.
I mean, why would she not want?
Well, mainly because if she wants to go size huge, she has to rage
Yes.
first.
She said yes.
Yes. Yeah. The way her size large rage thing works is that it only affects it if she's not already size large.
Oh, okay.
So, but still, you get all your cheerleader bonus or whatever I called the epithet.
Hype woman.
There you go. Close enough.
I called the epithet.
Yeah, you did. You should still have that in a message pinned, if I remember right.
Yes, I do.
So you know what that does. And I am just gonna move down this way a bit. Away from the group.
Away from the rat, you mean?
Yes. And the rest of the
That
group.
would also help, yeah.
Neil is gonna move to about here, I think. And if the thing gets in range, he'll probably spit, but he's gonna
I
be a
think
bit more
it's
defensive.
in range there. It'd be a disadvantage, but it's in range.
Um, he'll wait for it to get like more in range, so within his
Okay.
non-disadvantage bracket. But he's being more defensive about it, so like trying to protect me, if that makes sense.
Okay. Is that everything?
That's everything for us.
Fantastic. Well, the elephant's going to take a legendary action and move to there. Okay.
Oh,
Sogek.
So
So
Neil
gay.
is gonna do his thing now.
Yes, Neil would get his thing. That misses.
Yep.
Okay, Sogek.
Sogeg. As soon as I saw the scars on it, I couldn't deny Mogis a fight between two great warriors. As I'll just shout out to it in animal speech that we'll both bleed for Mogis and he'll be happy. So I'm gonna run around here. Adoop. And I'm gonna call upon the powers invested by me, whatever the actual way of saying that is. Vested by me, rather. As I'm gonna call upon the gore-soaked redcap
Okay.
powers of Mogis.
Where would you like
Come
the
to
red cap?
me. I would like the red cap. Here, please.
Okay. 'Cause I think it's within 15 feet, isn't it? So,
Yes. Yeah, so 15 feet away from me, essentially. But
okay.
still, I think that's fine.
Let me add it to the initiative.
As I just shout out to the red cap that Oliphant tusks are worth your weight in gold. They're all yours.
Oh, fuck! Alright, that's
Too
his
right.
response.
Then, does Pogeg bravely flee? Sogeg, rather? No. Sogeg's gonna pretend like he's being brave, but Pogeg is actually gonna step in front. As I just give a tactical sort of pat on the back to Pogeg as your meat shield is appreciated. As Pogeg is going to attempt to scratch the crap out of this. No, I'm going to double bite the Oliphant.
A
I
double
bite
bite.
one. I bite two.
Okay, he got some bites in. Well done.
And as I bite it, I throw some dirt in its eyes.
Well, shit, that's a good thing you did that.
Yes, I'm very glad I did that. And then I think Sogeg, in his final thing, is I'm going to, while patting Pogeg on the back, I'll chant out a few words and put a shield of faith on Pogeg. I think Pogeg's going to need it.
Okay.
I still love Pogeg.
So that's you concentrating on that. There's your shield, Pogeg. There we go. That's shield enough. Okay. Well, next legendary action. I need Sogeg, Pogeg, and the red cap. So I'll roll for the red cap to make dexterity saving throws as it sweeps across with its tusks.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, it's not a. Oh, Pogeg, you little beast.
There you go. That sounds about right. Okay, so Pogeg will be taking half of whatever I end up rolling, but I will need the advanced dice roll for this one.
My knees.
It might hurt.
Oh,
20 giveth and roll 20 taketh.
So, Sogeg
9.
and the red cap take 31 points of bludgeoning damage,
That is literally my health.
and Pogeg would take half, so 15.
Pogeg is downed.
So, no longer concentrating on that shield.
No shield.
I will mark that you are down but not dead. Okay, Bennett.
legendary actions count as a turn?
No.
No.
Right, okay, well, I'm going to run 30 feet this way. I've already measured it out. It's that far. And then I'm going to attack it. And it's within 5 feet of a colleague.
Within a
So,
few.
because it's not had a turn yet either, I get advantage on that.
Yep.
So I'm going to fire a bow at it. Which I know I don't have the best history with, but
Right,
Ooh.
that hits.
Pretty good.
pleasantly surprised.
There's some decent damage.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to hide behind Nigel.
Okay. Are you taking the hide action? Yeah, okay, yeah. Stealth.
Oh.
Fantastic.
That should have just been normal, yeah.
Okay. Zolk.
I'm gonna put my fun little aura to use, and I'm gonna stand right here.
Okay.
And
Let's hope it doesn't have
Save.
effects that make you do saving throws instead of attack rolls.
it's fine.
Tripped me up, the little shit.
I'm gonna cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
Ooh.
Okay. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Lucky.
Yes, I'll die.
Good knowing you, Zolk.
I'm here.
Okay. Any other actions?
Nope.
Fantastic. Well, next is the red cap. Nearest thing is the elephant. So it is just going to go on hand with it. There's only one of those connecting, but at least something connected.
One red cap. Do better than that.
It did better than you. Okay, Dios.
Which I believe.
Okay, first thing we're going to do is, seeing as Zulk being uncharacteristically brave, I am going to use my bonus action to cast Sanctuary on him.
Okay.
Ooh.
So yeah, if it
That's
wants
a
to
bonus
attack.
action.
Oh god, it's not even concentration either. God damn it.
I could have done that myself. I have that.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Oh, you don't have to use the spell slot.
That point.
Then, after doing that, away from the angry elephant,
Sense.
and then ring my bell.
Okay. It's a wisdom save. 9 necrotic. Alright. Is that everything?
That is.
Fantastic. So it's its turn, and it is going to. Okay, who's within range? So we'll have. Oh, roll d6. Okay, it's going for Pogeg with its trunk.
Can try. Pogeg power.
So 28.
Disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage.
Yeah,
I
true.
exist.
25.
Still a hit.
So it is currently
20.
grappled inside its trunk, where it is restrained. So I'll just move it onto there. I'll move you. Before let's have a look. So that would be 3. So what else it would do? One, it's going to kick the red cap in the face.
No.
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh, man.
Christ.
A cloud of mist
Poor red cap.
appears where that red cap used to be.
That's what Mogis would have wanted.
Okay. Scuts.
Aw, man. Well, someone needs to go to horny jail. So Scuts is gonna take her stick, and she's gonna bonk him.
Give him a bonk.
I'm bad.
So yeah, she's gonna go ahead. Oh, and wind up her granny stick. Did I? Oh, when I refreshed it, it closed my character sheet. 1 second. I did not realize it was not open anymore.
Are
You
you?
get a flanking bonus for that as well.
Huh?
You would get flank. No, you wouldn't get flanking.
Nah, good pokegigs.
Pokege's actually in its trunk, grappled
Fair enough.
and restrained.
Oh.
So, and Sogeg's a bit too far away and dead.
In spirit. In
Alright.
spirit, Pogeg is flanking. It's all part of the plan.
So I would add monstrous rage.
Are you recklessly attacking?
Yes,
you
I will
wouldn't-
recklessly attack.
Oh yeah, you would get your monstrous rage. It's just that you wouldn't be able to go an additional size larger because you're already size large. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I was out of rages to begin with, so that's why I was like, I don't think we had a long rest. I can only get him back on a long rest.
Yes. You
So-
did have a long rest at the top of the mountain, so the one you used against the rock is the only one.
Was Scott's there for
Uh,
that?
Oh, no, I didn't
No,
think
I
you weren't there
wasn't.
at all. So you should have
No,
them all
you
back.
weren't there.
You should have them all
You
back.
should have your rages.
Oh.
Yeah,
So I
you've
should.
You've
Oh,
had a
no.
long rest since last time, so yeah.
Oh, it must have been after I had to leave. Maybe, because I don't remember taking one. That must be
Yeah.
why I'm confused on it. Okay, well then I should have indeed waited. I thought I had no rages. Oh well. My bad for being confused on that one. Okay, anyways, we have the granny stick ready. And she's gonna go ahead and just take a big old swing at it.
Okay.
Oops, I forgot to recklessly attack.
So
Anyways,
are
I'll do it
you-
the second time.
So are you raging at this
That's a
point?
fine hit.
I'll
Mainly because I'd
can
say
I
that
split my
one
attacks with a bone?
that 1d10, if you're not raging,
Hold on.
would
How do
be basically the extra damage you'd get from Nadrin's hype woman.
Yeah, alright, so hold on. I need to refigure this out because everything just changed. So I should go and use a bonus action to rage first because now I know that I actually have rages. So I will do that. I thought I did not have them, so that
Okay.
is why I didn't.
Roll on the barbarian wild save. There we go.
Okay.
So each creature of your choice. So it's up to you how many you want to do.
I will just go for the elephant.
And it needs to make a constitution
Olive-
saving
olive
throw. 17, so that will meet it. So it ignores it from that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
D12
Ah.
temporary hit
But you
points
still
back,
do, yeah, you get an extra D12 temporary hit points.
Nice.
So roll a D12.
Okay. I'm just so mad right now. I could be I could be a size
okay.
larger and stuff it in my shirt. Nice.
So an extra D12 hit. Oh, it's extra 12 temporary hit points.
Okay.
So are you recklessly attacking? You say?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll just the attack as normal, and we'll compare it against the previous one.
All right.
Okay. Roll an extra D10 to add on top of it. Okay, +7, so that's only 34 damage.
Oops. I thought...
Okay. And then your second attack.
All right, and then she'll go ahead and bonk him a second time. I didn't switch it to advantage. Damn it! I toggled it on, and then I toggled it back off to do the other roll, and then I forgot to toggle it back on again.
That one misses.
Okay.
It's one of those days.
Yeah, one of those. Okay, it's going to take one of its legendary actions. It is going to. Okay, so it's a. So that would be Scud, Sulk, Neil, and Nadrin. I need to make dexterity saving throws, please. Scud should have advantage on this because of danger sense.
Me as well?
Yeah, and yeah.
Sake.
Really hurt. I can tell you that much.
Yeah,
That
those
helps.
tusks don't lie.
very valuable though.
They are very valuable. Zulk?
Dexterity
Deck
save.
save. Yep.
Oh no.
Okay. So the only one that passed was Neil. So Neil will take half damage. So 34 damage to Nadrin, Zulk, and Scuds.
Shit, I'm on 1.
Scuds, you would halve that because you're raging. And Neil would take a good old 17.
Doesn't do anything about that, does it?
So, how's everyone feeling after that?
Dead.
I'm on 1.
I do believe Zulk is on 0.
Sanctuary doesn't help with whatever that was.
Yeah, that was an area of effect thing. It was its breath
It was a
weapon.
breath weapon.
I mean,
course.
technically, it's sweeping its tusks about, but yeah, it wasn't breathing tusks at you this time.
You might be unconscious, Doc, but you're still under the effects of
You are
Sanctuary.
still
'Cause
under
I'm
the
the
effects
one
of
holding
Sanctuary.
it.
Yep. So,
takes
oh, actually, no,
both.
you wouldn't be at 0. You'd be at 1 because of your legendary, your heroic destiny.
Oh yeah, that wasn't used on the rock.
Yeah, you didn't go down against the rock.
My plan can still come to fruition.
Oh yeah,
no.
because if you
Big
had gone to
brain
0,
time.
you would have turned into an aberration.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You didn't transform this time.
Okay, Nadrin.
Okay. That was painful. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I think I can get to there.
Oh no, my cupboard's blown.
Go to there. Fuck off. And I am going to just Eldritch Blast it. I've got
Have
2
you not,
of them
have you
now,
not
right?
seen your new epithet to do with magic missiles?
Oh no, I didn't. I completely
You
forgot
can't use
about
it yet
that.
because you need a long rest to switch over to it. But I did give you a better magic missile.
Oh,
It's more sorcerer
cool.
themed.
I like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast, which I think I have 2 now. I have 2,
You
yeah.
have you have two
So-
hits with it. Yeah.
Well, that one was shit.
Yep, both of those miss. This is why you have magic missile, because they don't need to hit.
Yes. That's why I was using it.
Well, you know, just roll better. That also helps.
Bennett knows how it feels.
All
Okay.
too well.
Don't run Bennett into this. Bennett's been rolling well.
Sogeg, I need a death saving throw,
Fail me
please.
now. Oh, it failed
That
me.
fails you now.
Yeah.
Pogeg is currently restrained in the elephant's trunk,
Yep. And
but
the
it
only
can
thing I
try and
do
escape.
Is that as a full action or?
It's a full
at the
action
end
to
of turn?
escape, yeah.
Oh, it's just going to grab me again anyway. So instead, I will use minor illusion. I'm going to make the sound of a young mammothling. Sounds like it's drowning. No, actually, one sec. I'm going to reword that. This is a male one. Just going to make the sound of like a female mammoth, oliphant rather, over here splashing in the water.
Do you know what that would sound like?
Sounds like splashing in the water and the trunks tooting. Like splish splash splish splash.
Yeah,
The
but what,
trunks sort of
do you know the particular call of a female oliphant?
just a honk. So honk
Okay.
honk.
Give me a good old deception check at disadvantage.
On Pogeg. My deception, I believe, is better. So this is at a +5. Oh my word!
Fantastic.
Right.
You should actually have the proficiency if you actually click on that skill where it actually says deception.
And oh yeah, you can click on it. There.
Okay. So that was your action to do that. So,
You.
Bennett, you're no longer hidden because your cover ran away.
Do us not just remain hidden? Oh,
This isn't Skyrim. You can't just crouch and turn invisible.
I forgot to use Neil. Shit. Sorry.
Oh, Neil.
Well, hopefully, he doesn't get stomped on.
in that case, then I'm assuming that is
Hide
a
in the
bush. I'll run to the bush. I will use my bonus action first to try and hang mid. Watch this go horribly wrong. That shit, sorry, that shouldn't have been with advantage. But then my next attack, I believe, should be with advantage because I'm hidden, and it's within close proximity of
I mean,
my friends.
if you're attacking at advantage, you get sneak attack.
Oh well,
We say this to you almost every week.
I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's like a little bit that we do.
At least it hit
That
this
good?
time. Not too
Is
bad.
it dead?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't know what to do then. I suppose I'll stay hidden.
Probably
At
worth
least-
doing.
At least the bush can't run away. Nadrin.
Stop trying to hide behind me.
Yeah, that's not the first time he's done that, is it?
No.
Alright, so first plan would have been fine until I was on 1 health. Second plan, turn me into a rift swine, please.
Going
Rift
into
swine.
a rift swine. Okay.
And
Is
I'd
that-
like the acid
It's
boils.
a big pig. I mean, you should be able to roll. You should have the access to the character sheet. Just...
The mutations
Oh
thing
yeah.
is just
Also,
choose one or roll.
oh no, you're rolling for that.
Oh, okay.
Christ, that thing looks weird. Looks
I've
like
been able to roll.
Oh, well,
got
first of
molested
all,
by
roll a
Cthulhu.
d20 just to see if you get mutations, because it's only 50% chance. I'll allow it. Okay, so you get number 6, so roll twice.
God.
So just roll 2d6.
Ouch, I happen.
Fantastic. You get 2 and 5. So you get the tentacle tongue, and you get poison spit. Have fun with that.
That's a lot.
That was your action to transform, though. So
Yes, so no attacking this turn. But I am here.
yeah, a little more alive than you used to be.
This is frog 2. Red frog number 2.
So,
Oh, that's me.
Dios.
Seeing the carnage that this thing's doing, Dios is going to do something potentially quite stupid. He's going to run at it.
You're not wearing armor.
I'm not wearing armor. I'm also going to drop my pike as I run at it.
Oh, you're going to kill it with kindness.
Nope, I'm going to punch it across the jaw.
Just sock this giant elephant. Okay.
But as I sock it across the jaw, I'm going to draw in the light of Heliod and infuse my fist with inflict wounds.
Oh, stinky fist.
And I'm going to upcast it to level 3.
Oh, it's a bad touch punch.
It certainly is.
I don't know what's going on.
Inflict wounds is one of the highest powered level 1 spells you can use. It's
Oh.
ridiculous. I mean, yeah, that's a level 1 spell.
That's a level
Hit that.
3 spell, actually, because I upcast it.
I mean,
That's
you
5d10.
say that, but your upcast was shit compared to your actual roll. A level 1 spell for 23 necrotic damage.
Yeah,
Uh,
sock it across the jaw.
you sock it across the jaw, and it collapses in a heap.
Punch the
You
soul
got
from it.
exactly how much health it had left.
Hey.
Theos wins. As per usual. He's just going to turn around, walk away, and pick up his pike as he just plods away, all depressed.
At least I turned into a tentacle pig.
As you walk away, the grass, the tall grass over here starts rustling as popping out of the long grass are four Leonin in various robes, each holding long spears or nets and similar hunting apparel.
Are they heading towards us? In fact, do I even notice them because I'm walking?
I mean, you're
away from
walking
them?
away, but at the seeming death of this Oliphant, they just seem to literally step up out of the ground.
It's a neat trick.
Let me clean the turn order. So, what would you like to do? First of all, Sogeg, another death save.
Oh, for God's sake, I'll walk back to Sogek and just kick him in the ribs and just do spare the dying on him.
Okay, so he's unconscious, but not
He's
dying.
having a dirt nap.
Sweet dreams.
And then I'll walk over to... Actually, I can't really walk over to the rat because he's not a rat anymore. Who's got the sealer's leaves?
I
Me.
have a leaf.
With all the
Hand it
campfires
over.
thing, yeah. I mean, you can you can decide to stop being a squid pig if you wanted to, but
Yeah, I'll drop it for now.
okay.
Walk over to Nadrin and say, "Can I have your sealer's leaf,
Oh
please?"
for 2 with that one, Zolk.
I was looking forward to using that one. But then it died.
Yeah, I'll give you my heal leaf.
And then I'll go crush it up in my mouth and turn it into like a...
Baby bird it into him.
Well, I'm not going to feed it to him. I'm going to smear it into his wounds.
Feed to me.
It's going to sting, and it's going to smell like Dios breath for a while. But is it a medicine check?
Yes, medicine check.
I'm significantly better
Okay.
at this than Zolk.
Pretty good.
So you get 8 points of healing.
Hey. I'll also use my 5 remaining thingy points. My 5 remaining lay on hands.
I don't think 8 health would make a difference on me, so I'm chilling.
Grab up.
Also, I'd make that roll a disadvantage if I went anywhere near you.
Yes, that's also true.
So I'd just do it to myself, but I don't
Well, actually,
think
no, it wouldn't be, because it's only attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay. But as Sogek picks himself up, I just say to him, "You need to stop falling over. I'm not going to be there every time you do."
Say, you need to be in the fight, Dios. You got to take cuts to be cut. And to do cuts.
Yeah, you're probably right. I wasn't involved with that fight at all, really. Full of wisdom you are. I just shake my head and walk away from him. Too busy being asleep to notice that I socked the elephant across its jaw. Do I notice the Leonin?
So, I was about to say, is there anything anyone else wants to do in the immediate wrap-up of the Oliphant going down before the Leonin start interacting?
You're just going towards the elephant.
I'm going to fill my water skin from the watering hole. It's probably not clean, but
I can just make water for you.
It's your thing. Ooh.
Some Leonins with some with spears, some with axes, some with darts and nets and stuff like that. They're very much hunters, you can say.
the hunting pack.
An impressive kill, Southlanders. You're a long way from home.
I'll stand up from the watering hole and just greet them in Leonin.
It is good to see you, Pridemate. Welcome home. You clearly seem to have travelled far.
You catch me at a bit of a loss. I've never been here before.
Oh, that cannot be true. Surely the ancestors have guided you home, as they do with all Leonin and wanderers of Oreskos.
I've heard many stories about the ancestral homes, but this is the first time I've actually visited.
Oh,
Li-
so that is why you hang around with Southlanders. They're uncouth, but they fought. Well, I'll call it fighting against that elephant. We won't take you stealing our prey too much to heart.
Do not claim the kill, even though I claim the killing blow. You are welcome to the spoils.
That would be a disrespect to both you and the ancestors. You delivered the kill. The elephant is yours. Just pay it with due respect to all hunting. Make sure nothing goes to waste.
I just nod and, I will start going over to it and getting some of the spoils from it. I would like at least one horn.
They move up to actually assist you, as they can see that you're unfamiliar with butchering, especially something this size.
I'll
they do assist.
as they go to assist me, I'll, in Leonin, very graciously and humbly ask them to teach me rather than just help me. Show me what I'm doing wrong and help me improve.
Did you not learn basic butchery as a cub?
I was a foundling, abandoned by my parents, I suppose, for reasons I do not know. I was taken in by those you call the Southlanders.
Well, aren't
Hence
you
why
a
I've never
strange
visited
one?
here.
Well, if you're coming to visit, or at least to reconnect with your homeland, there's two major places you need to see. You must go to Tethmos. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous city. The only solid settlement we ever have here in Oreskos. And you should also go and see the speaker. I believe they've camped out at the Sun's Mirror, but I don't know how long they'll be there for. They tend to like to wander, as we all do, as Oreskos isn't the best for settling as such. I'd be happy to show you around, Foundling. It would be an interesting experience and surely a good story to tell in the future, to show some poor lost cub returning home after never knowing it. I can see that being a campfire story for the ages, friend.
Any knowledge you're willing to share, brother, will be gratefully received.
As they do, one of the others does come and sort of tap or hold you on the shoulder while it points to different areas around the top of the tusk to basically show you where to place the right cuts to be able to extract the tusks without damaging them.
Do I need to make any rolls?
Nope, because you're being assisted by experts.
Hey!
So you get 4 oliphant tusks, an oliphant snout, and then anyone else wanted to take meat or leather from it or anything like that?
Are all the tusks Dios, are they? Or are they?
So they're helping Dios. They don't seem to be paying everyone else all that much mind.
Take meat from it, does that count as rations or not?
If you cook them, they turn into rations.
All right, cool. Yeah, well, I'll try and get some more meat from it.
Okay, make a survival check.
Can I do the same?
Yeah.
Wait,
And that's for a
survival.
survival check from yourself as well, just to see how well you're picking it up.
Yep, that's okay.
I'd like a tusk.
I've got the tusks. Mine.
Yeah, tusks have
Singular
already been
tusk,
taken.
if you don't mind.
Lame.
If not, it's
Absolutely
his.
fucking mind.
Okay. So, bet you wouldn't have been at advantage for that one.
No.
Dios, you managed to just get one piece of oliphant meat.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this. Still learning.
Scouts will go ahead and try to get some of the hide, I guess, to make something out of later.
Okay. Make a survival check. And what are you using to cut the hide?
My cooking javelin.
Your cooking javelin. Okay. Make an improvised weapon attack roll then.
Okay. Oh, I shouldn't be at advantage. I'm sorry. And then normal. All right, improvised weapon.
So, it takes a bit to get the cut started, but you manage to essentially skin an entire flank of the elephant. You've got quite a large portion of hide. So just note it down as large portion of elephant hide. So,
Sweet.
anyone else wanted to rip pieces out of this dead elephant?
No, but can I go over to the water?
You can go over to the water. So you have to
How-
coming in closer to.
How does the water look? Really gross or?
It's pretty muddy, and quite shallow. It's probably about 2 or 3 inches deep.
Okay.
Did add to it.
Yeah. I'll leave the water. It's not deep enough for me to care too much about.
Fair. So after about half an hour of butchering this oliphant, you've got pretty much the majority of it as usable as possible. The Leonian have taken the majority of the meat, as well as the actual skull, but Dios has the tusks and the trunk. Scott has a piece of hide, and a few of you have a few pieces of meat as well.
Can I ask our new Leonin brethren, what can the tusks and the trunk be used for? How useful are they?
They are the game. They are the trophy, essentially. Take them to Tethmos. I'm sure you'll find something of great value from him. Always good for collectors and for making material.
Okay. I do want a drinking horn out of one of the tusks.
It'd be a hell of a drinking horn. Each of these tusks are probably longer than your entire body.
Okay, I need someone to carry those for me.
Find a little person to run along beside you.
I am quite strong though. I do have high strength. Yeah, I'll just prop them over my shoulder.
Yeah, I'd imagine you'd be able to carry them without too much issue, because again you'd bundle them together and carry them over the shoulder like we're carrying a carpet or something like that.
Like Bennett's rug.
Yeah, like Bennett's rug.
Which we still haven't found.
You never know. So, Is there anything else you'd like to do here?
That's the Leonin. 'Cause it looked particularly dry. I believe you said that the puddle had
Yes.
been all but drained. I'm guessing obviously they've been hunting around here for quite a while. Is this unusual? I'm from the desert myself, but this seems drier than I've heard of tales of Oreskos.
Oh, simple Southlanders not knowing about wet and dry seasons. Yes, it has been dry. We've not had rain for several months. This is what happens.
Interesting.
So, the Leonin grab their bits and pieces and start moving off.
Keep step with them. I'm very keen to just chat with them, get to know them a bit.
We are heading to Tethmos. We were tasked to take this bull down, as they were causing some problems for some of the travellers. We're happy to let you take the reward, as you were the ones that killed it well before us. But really, we just want to go back to Tethmos, have a few drinks, enjoy a bit of time in the Golden City.
Would you be against guiding us there? I'm very keen to see what the capital of the homeland is like.
Do you not know the way?
Again, I've never been here.
So you don't even know how to follow the guidance of the ancestors.
Right.
Come, it's about a day's walk. And at night it is easier to see the ancestors guiding you.
Okay. Lead on.
So they start leading you further towards the east. I'll move you back onto the map for now. They lead you further along, and before long, the sun begins to set, and it is a cloudless night. The entire sky filled with stars. Although unusual for Theros, you can't make out the constellations of the gods. It just seems to be this blanket of, to you, random stars.
Can we ask the Leonin about that? That seems a bit unsettling.
The gods don't have a lot of need for Oreskos, and nor do we have a lot for them. Your Southlanders are all soft and needing of divines to protect you. Not here. Not here.
Correct him.
Me. I've got Granny.
Outcross is technically north, and so is Mount Curie. So, call us Northlanders, Southlanders.
It's technically and literally, I guess, it's the difference between Across is probably the closest to the same as Oreskos as the rest of the as anything else could be. But as you're walking through the night, they start trying to explain some of the different constellations in the sky. And as they do, Dios, you almost feel like one constellation flows into the next and into the next, which is something you've never really noticed in the stars that you've looked at throughout your entire life in Theros before. Scuds, you would notice that these line up exactly with the skylights.
She's gonna get lost in just looking up at them. Those skylights, you guys. They're so pretty.
So, at about the middle of the night, they do settle down to camp. So, if you'd like to take a long rest, you're welcome to.
Yes.
Uh,
So,
it still
I'm
requires
rocking,
rations and stuff like that because you are in the middle of the savannah.
Got some rocking elephant jerky. Can we use Scott's ability to reduce the?
Yes, so you can use her background ability to make it only
Ooh.
cost 1 ration instead of 2.
As
She's
part of
gonna
the
make
long
a.
rest. So I was going to say, as part of the long rest, can we cook up some of the meat that we've taken off those animals and get more rations?
meat.
You can do. So for those without the chef feat, it would be a survival check. For those with the chef feat, it is a just automatic success.
I guess I'll just munch.
Why do I get the feeling that Dios just took my crit?
Also, Zolk,
No.
you're asking me to open things I can't open on stream, so or that I don't particularly want to open on stream. So
All right.
Bad Zolk.
Whilst all this preparing's going to get done, I'm going to try something we've not done for a while. I'm just going to do a bit of a eulogy and lay one out for the poor red cap who died.
here you go.
And I'm going to sing his praises. I'd like to make a will of the people check,
Okay.
concentrating on my gore-soaked red cap.
So as for that, Dios and Bennett, you basically turn all of your chunks of meat from the rock and the elephant into rations. So whatever
You
you've got,
smell what the rock is cooking.
yeah, turn them into rations.
I can
I'm
find
very-
out. I think it was 9 pieces of meat I got from the rock.
That
Ooh.
sounds about right.
I didn't get too many pieces of meat. 2 from the rock and 1 from the elephant. But I'll take it.
It is possible to make rations out of things other than meat, but yeah, there you go.
What about Zolk?
Sawdust.
Too. Don't think Zol could taste too good.
Yeah, that's dependent. This is
We've
why I
got
didn't,
seasoning.
this is why I didn't give you the revival spells other than the immediate ones. You can't just keep killing Zolk and bringing him back for food.
Oh my god.
Missing chunks.
I'm sure you'll be
Oh.
fine.
Questionable.
But yeah, I need the D100 from Zogag.
Oh, I'm feeling low. That was very high.
Nope,
Oh,
that was
GM'd it.
that was not low at all.
Pretty high.
That was a 79.
I would have done this early before going to sleep. Would I get my will of the people back after a long rest, or is it
It's daily,
Oh,
so
cheap.
basically in the morning,
daily, yeah.
you'd
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that.
sweet?
Would
Unless
there be
you've
somewhere
succeeded, and then it's 7 days.
Yeah.
Would there be somewhere suitable to make a area for Neil to go in the water?
So the land is quite dried and sort of sun-baked. So it would take some effort digging, but you've got a rat that's specified or specialty is digging, so you shouldn't be too difficult.
Oh, Scuts can just pat her little cauldron and have
Also
it
got
go to
that.
size. Full size.
Are you using the cauldron can fill with whatever you need it to?
I have to pick between that and it having a hover speed, so I don't know. But can they produce water to take
Try you
a
can just-
soak in it?
You can just create water and fill it that way.
I can create water.
Okay, because I'd like to still have it hover. I think I have to pick between one and
Yes,
the
you
other.
would have
so.
to pick.
But you're welcome to take a bath in it.
I mean, Neil just needs to sit in the water for an hour, so
Oh,
We just have to
sorry, guys.
make sure nobody starts a fire under the cauldron.
I've just had an idea. Instead of spending rations on this long rest, can I use my last 3rd level spell slot to do create food and water?
Yes, certainly can.
We could also use our good dude's feet. We've not
We
used
could.
that yet.
You have got good dudes.
Don't need to yet.
You don't need to yet, but you've got good dudes.
how often can we use good dudes, was it?
I think let's use once a day, isn't it?
It's
Oh,
more.
no, it's once every like 3 days.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It was once a week.
Once per 3
3
days.
days.
What
You
is
can eat
create
like
food and water?
kings.
How much do you actually make?
45 pounds of
Oh,
food,
God,
30
okay,
gallons of water,
right.
enough to sustain 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24 hours.
My
And
God.
spoils if uneaten after 24 hours. Okay, that's all I need
Yeah.
to know. So, yeah, you'll be able to cover essentially the rations for the next day.
Rations.
Water
with
is
that.
clean and doesn't go bad, though. So we always keep
Yes.
the water if we need it.
I mean, you don't because you've got infinite water from
Naturally.
Nedrin, but depends.
Yeah.
Yours might just be a slightly different flavour of water.
Tastes like sprinkles.
Guts is gonna walk over to Diaz because she thinks she gets why he has a soft spot for her now, and she's gonna clap him heartily on the back and be like,
Oh,
"Thanks for taking over cooking, Diaz. It's pretty tasty.
it really isn't. It's so bland.
Just try it here." And I'm gonna like give him my little pinch pouch if he wants to season something.
Cinnamon.
Interesting choice.
Dios is a different kind of guy.
So,
But yeah.
anything else before you go to sleep? Under the beautiful stars.
This, what are the Leonian? I guess they're fairly like lightly dressed. Are they like wearing any sort of like particular trinkets or like?
Yeah, they
jewelry
do
or...
seem to be wearing. So for the most part, they seem to be wearing basic, almost robes, almost sort of wrapped around. But they have plenty of jewelry on them. So necklaces.
specific rocks embedded in this jewelry.
I'm not particularly sure what you're implying to look for.
As in, so in terms of if they're wearing a necklace, is it like they're wearing rubies embedded in the
No,
necklace? I'm
it's
trying to...
mostly bone.
Mostly bone. Interesting.
And
getting a
gold.
way up
Lots of
of
lots of
what
gold,
might be good to
silvers, or gold metals, precious metals, but not so much gemstones.
I'm gonna change out one of my epithets
Okay.
to the new one.
Okay, which one are
And
you getting rid of?
sadly, it's Omen Speaker.
You're gonna get rid of your ability to talk to animals?
For now.
But the ants!
You're covered.
I know.
You wouldn't be able to
Given
have an
how-
argument with a set of ants.
I think I would create enough food and water that I can share it with our Leonin guides as well.
Yes.
They won't go without. And I'll fill all their flasks up with and their water skins up with fresh, clean water as well. Share the love a bit.
They do appreciate it. So, as you sleep, Sulk, what on earth are you doing?
Well, we're casting Dream.
Okay, go ahead and tell me how you cast Dream.
So, Dios is going to have a nightmare of Heliod. And Heliod's, well, 9 words, because I couldn't think of a 10th, is, "You dare show weakness to an Archon over me."
Ooh.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Nonetheless,
Doesn't
10
say
words.
anything. This doesn't say anything. He just looks puzzled because Heliod has never approached him in dreams before. Not his shtick.
Okay, Dios, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I believe it's 13 to beat, so you do succeed on essentially being able to tell that this is someone forcing a dream into your head. You're not sure who, because it does sound like the voice of Heliod, but you can tell that it is a dream.
Dios. So, what was the exact words again?
You dare show weakness to an Archon over me.
Okay, so whoever's forcing this dream into my head was there with Granny. That is a very small list.
Unless it really is Heliod.
My
My
God.
God.
It also probably doesn't help that, judging by the stars, the gods don't have a great deal of influence over here.
I realize my timing's pretty garbage, yes.
You gotta start somewhere.
I tried.
You made the attempt. You'll get better with practice.
If Dios lets him.
The gods demanded this one.
You don't. For one, it's not a god; it's an archon. And two, you don't have to do everything they tell you. If they told you to jump off a cliff, it's
I
up
would.
to you if you wanted to.
Yeah, it would do for that sweet, sweet piety point. Oh, yeah.
As long as I've had my long rest, I'd survive it.
Would you though?
Maybe.
Everyone knows. That's what you do when you fall off a cliff. You just sleep it off. Sleep off the concussion.
Oh no.
So, unless anything else happens while you sleep, or anyone else wants to do
Is
anything.
Zolk? Where is Zolk sleeping with relation to the rest of us? I believe I'm just out by the fire, hunkered down. Where are you, Zolk?
I usually would have dug a hole to sleep in.
Because Pogeg, knowing what Zolk knows of me, Pogeg will be on the prowl. I want to see if Pogeg would stumble across Zolk sleeping.
Oh, you'd definitely be able to find him. He's not exactly hidden.
No.
Pogeg's not necessarily looking for you, just sort of like, just wandering in her haggish ways. Can I do just a perception check to see if I see his hole
Yeah.
in my
Make
wanders?
a perception check.
I am very good at this. Not at disadvantage. I don't know at a disadvantage.
So yeah, 15.
15.
That would most certainly spot it.
As Pogeg would just slink up beside Zolk and just whisper in your ears, just that your clan's dead. The collapse has already come. You're alone, Zolk. You're alone.
Your time's not come yet,
This
but
one's
it's
for-
certainly coming faster if you keep doing this.
This one's for Sogeg. This is for wanting to know his nightmares.
I like that.
Unfortunately, I don't have quite as good a dream warfare.
If you whisper it essentially at the back of the head, they'll hear it from both sides because you could just have one head whispering to one ear and the other into the other.
As I walk away, I'll just put some dancing lights on top of Zolk.
So
No,
you've got a nice night light to wake you up.
Some muted ones.
I hate it.
Pogeg went too far. I want to give you some night lights. Just give you a restful sleep.
Okay, could be better at this job than me.
Pogeg is much more nightmarish.
After a very pleasant rest, by the look of it, you wake pretty much at dawn to the Leonin very much already awake and preparing, having a very quick breakfast before packing up what little they had, and again encouraging you to do the same before continuing to guide you to Tethmas. Still there? You arrive at the Golden City.
Very pretty.
So I'll ask for a history check from everyone to see if you know anything about Tethmas beforehand.
Highly doubt I will.
I live quite close. I've heard tales.
Okay. So Sogeg, you'd have probably actually facilitated, or at least helped facilitate, some trade caravans between Akros and Tethmos. Scud, you'd have likely heard Granny talking with a bit of venom in her voice towards the place. As it is essentially the capital of Oreskos, the only solid settlement. Everywhere else is always on the move and nomadic. It is known as the Golden City, a place where trade is everything. Its walls and buildings seem to be made out of marble, gorgeous artwork everywhere, and every single street is crammed with market stalls and people trying to sell and buy things. As well as a few places a bit more secluded for more private trades and interactions depending on what's needed. So I'll move you to another bit. So hopefully this works for everyone. Is that moving for everyone?
It is for me.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Nice.
So yeah, Roll20 updated to add animated background or animated art, but I didn't know exactly if it worked properly because I was having some troubles. So
Nice.
yay, we get to use the animated art.
Anymore.
I don't have to use the VTT's one. So, as you approach the entrance gate, there is a large, essentially inscription that, from a distance, you can't quite make out what it says. Behind a queue of other people slowly making their way into and out of the city. As you get a little bit closer, it seems to read at first in common, but if you focus on, or if you start thinking essentially of any of the other languages you speak, it almost seems to rewrite itself to change to the language you're thinking of. I.e., it's in a way that no matter what language someone speaks, they'll be able to read it. As it says, welcome to Tethmos, the Golden City. No spells, no fighting, no gods, no exceptions. Always pay your debts.
No.
I'm walking away.
That sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar.
Hideously familiar.
Wait,
Oh
what?
my lord.
Don't worry about it.
No sheep? Is
It
that what
won't
we're
be
thinking?
that. I think it's
Had a nightmare.
exactly what was said in chat.
Nightmare.
I
of this,
hate
of
that
a cat
tiger
called
wank.
Mahadi.
Oh.
It was very difficult for Max to not punch him in his face.
You would have been able to.
Yeah.
Well, at least to not try.
The Inquisitor, notably even and neutral, found it quite difficult to deal with him.
He wasn't even the villain of the campaign.
He was just genuinely unlikable.
He was just the best character.
With betrayed
We all know who
ties,
the true villain of that campaign was.
Yeah, it was Evelyn.
Yes.
He did nothing wrong.
So,
Yes, you did.
Keep telling
Did
yourself
everything
that.
wrong.
So you are currently
Max remembers.
stood in a queue. Before we keep referencing an old campaign that people watching along don't get. So yeah, this is referencing to a previous campaign I've run with some of the people here. As you're waiting in the queue to get in, you do see some guards by the entrance that are just sort of... They don't seem to be stopping anybody. They just seem to be standing there looking all handsome. They seem to be almost identical to Leonin, only slightly more wiry and striped rather than more plain fur. And a notable feature is some backwards hands.
Ooh, Rakshasha.
Gosh.
With previous trade ties to Tethnos, would I know who runs, who essentially is the the monarch or the leader,
So
or
you would
even
know
notable figures?
that the lead entrepreneur of Tethnos is a Rakshasha that essentially helps facilitate trade between pretty much everybody from full-on empires and polis to as common a folk as you can find that happily welcome everyone. Not exactly the type Akros particularly like dealing with, but if you want goods, this is the place to come to them.
Okay.
I've
just
got
gonna-
previous links.
I think I'm going to wander in, but I am going to turn guidance off on my character sheet.
Okay, yep, it would. You would not be able to cast guidance while you're in. So as you step through the gate, you feel a sharp, almost pinprick on your index finger.
Yep.
Casting.
Yep. Yep.
Ow.
So it doesn't cause any damage. You do see a small drop of blood forming on the tip of your finger, but it's quite insignificant on that front.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, did you just make me bleed?
Maybe. Sogeg just hides his Zyphus, his Zyston, real quick.
It's a cool trick. She just thinks nothing else of it.
No, I'll mention out that be careful in this place. I've had dealings before. The Rakshasha come across as timid and kind, but they are a vicious bunch. Whatever you do, don't break their rules.
I'll
I
turn
definitely
to
get
our...
the sense that Sogeg wouldn't say this lightly, as Sogeg doesn't see them as beneath him, but I'm not going to break their rules.
Doesn't really play by the rules very often, so if he's scared...
Yeah.
So to give a rundown of what the place or the demographics of the place are, I'd say about 60 or so % are Leonin. There's quite a few Rakshasha, some as guards, but quite a lot as vendors, as well as almost every race that you would find in Theros, you will probably find somewhere in Tethmos. This is a place where wanderers from far and wide would come to this emporium of wonders.
Please stop with that. You're mean. You're mean.
And
I'm interested in offloading these tusks.
That's a good call. Do any of the as we walk in, do we notice any of the townsfolk noticing us? Essentially, are they staring at any of us, any particular person of our troop, with interest or shock,
not that you
or
can,
etc.?
not that you can say. Most are just focused on their own deals. You can make
I
a perception
guess-
check to see if there's anyone of note that you can spot.
I'd like to stare out and see if I can see any form of Lamia. Like at all.
Okay, look for Lamia. So you have a look around. You do notice a what's the actual name of the lion Lamia?
Oh,
Leonin. Yeah, it's just Leonin Lamia. So you see a couple of those just immediately to you in one of the stalls. They do seem to actively be the ones running it currently, dealing with a handful of, they seem humans, or at least from this distance seem like humans. that seem to be trading in some fine jewels and jewellery.
I'm probably going to wander over to the Lamia if people want to split off or.
Yep, shopping episode.
That's what it is. You missed out on the one in Satessa, so I gave you another one.
Yay!
Although one
That's good.
figure that does stand out as now, I will mention from Soke's look, seemingly talking to a large crowd, enraptured by his voice, is a handsomely dressed white third Rakshasha. I just gotta.
I've dealt with him before.
Just
Look, fresh and new.
charming the entire crowd with whatever he seems to be trying to sell them.
Remember his
Don't listen to him.
particularly harsh trade deal he did with Akros. Many backhanded tricks he tried to do.
Hey, it's how you tell him.
You would know, I'd say, from that history check and seeing them, and you would know, yes, it is Mahadi. He is an Archon, or considered an Archon.
Ooh.
He's an exceptionally powerful monster, highly intelligent monster.
Noted. Let's not do this. Let's just pleasantly shop, okay? No need to anger.
Now, what else that would also imply, depending on your experience with the previous Archon you've met,
Tied to this place, I assume. / we could give up all the gods and become Mahadi's.
yeah, you can
minions.
pledge to Mahadi.
Almost tempted.
I'd like to see someone do that.
You're welcome to if you want. If you want to bounce to your third god or third.
Top tip: do not pledge yourself to Mahadi.
I think it'd be worth it.
No. You would,
Somehow I
Mahadi.
don't want both Farigha and Ashiok on my ass.
And everyone else with pissed off so far.
Maybe we could strike a deal with them. Be like, hey, I know somebody who's like trying to make it so you're not stuck here all the time. You want in? Like,
In the
offer offer getting them out of here so we can wreak havoc on the whole world, and trade them for some like magic items or something.
So an alliance, you say?
I mean, it's worked so far with Granny.
Well, if you want to strike that, I'm happy to help.
Her cons seem pretty cool.
So, as this is the your chance to go shopping, there are almost an uncountable amount of shop stalls across the area. So it's a case of if you're looking for anything in particular, whether to buy, sell, or experience, so long as they fit within the confines of the rules. No magic, no fighting, no gods, no exceptions, always pay your debts. Then let me know what you want to, or what you're trying to find, and it would be a case of an investigation check to try and find a stall that would sell those particular items, and then we'd go from there.
Well, I'd be looking for armor.
Can you wear armor?
Can you wear armor?
I think so.
You can wear light armor.
Yeah.
In children's sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm after some child-sized scale mail.
Scale mail's not light armor.
Is it not?
It's medium armor.
Oh, god damn it. I read it wrong. Okay, I don't know what I need then.
Is also looking for some armour.
Can you wear armor?
I'm wearing armor.
You
Armor?
can wear medium, I
Leather
think.
armor?
I think
Alright,
rogues
okay.
can wear medium.
Also, we may have lost a Sogag very quietly.
Oh no.
Let me quickly
He
check.
wandered off to go check out those Lamia. He'll be back.
Seems to be.
We'll find him in the next brawl. We hear the sound of crash and battle.
Yeah,
That'll be him.
I'm proficient in light armor, apparently.
So
So,
yes, you can
just
get light armor. If you find it, and if you've got enough money for it.
I would like to find a store that is selling jewellery.
Well, you've already spotted the Lamia that do seem to be selling jewels and precious metals, or at least precious stones. Or you can try and have a look for something else.
Well, I want magical accoutrements, the rings, necklaces, that sort of thing. But also just regular, non-magical ones as well.
Well, it's up to you whether you want to try talking to the Lamia or whether or not you'd want to search for something else. We're getting quite a bit of feedback from you, Nadrin.
I am so sorry. I will mute so that doesn't.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll go speak to the Lamia.
Okay. So it seems to be a pair of female Lamia that seem to be dealing with a handful of humanoids. Oh, up close, you see that actually the majority of them are elves rather than humans, but they're still desperation to trade, swapping back and forth. It seems to be mostly the elves trading raw gemstones in exchange for more expertly fashioned and cut either gems or jewellery.
Okay, I will patiently wait for them to finish their business before interjecting.
I mean, even before the business is finished, one of the Lamian sisters turns. Well, hello, pretty kitty. Have you got something to sell or to buy?
Trade. I'll put a smile on my face and still in my poncho, and I'll just unrope one of the four tusks from the elephant and just place it gently on the counter.
They pick it up and start having a closer inspection of it, and knocking against it, rubbing their hands in soft and fluid motions.
I assure you, it's very real and extremely fresh.
I can almost still smell the blood of the poor creature on it.
Like I said, it's fresh.
And what are you looking for in return for an fresh tusk?
I have a small shopping list and I'm hoping to see what you can aid me with. So, first, information. I'm going to rustle around in my pack and pull out the shards of crystal from Granny's cave. I want to know a bit more about what exactly that is.
I tell you, make a different deal. I'll take half of them and explain what they are.
He wants half of the crystal.
Yes.
Okay, so I have 4 of those. So yeah, I'll give her 2 in exchange for that. As long as I keep the other 2.
Much obliged. These are magic foci. They're not commonly found except in heavy magical ley lines. Makes them very powerful and expensive artifacts.
Is it something you could use in the creation of an item?
A little beyond my skills, but could be something worth keeping a hold of to either sell, or if you do find a creator, I'm sure somewhere in this golden cesspool you'll find something.
Okay, now for the tusk. Please show me your stock of magical equipment. Perhaps I could find something I would like.
Very well. Anything of a particular desire? I see you are a wanderer of types. Maybe something to keep you safer on the roads? Maybe something to grant a little bit of luck your way? I'm sure you have no trouble with the ladies, but
You
I can
flatter me.
offer something to, give you that extra edge.
What do you have in mind?
Let's have a look. So they will grab. So they get three well cut stones, or at least gemstones. One seems to be carved in the shape of almost like a bird. Let's see what it was made of again.
Okay.
So it's a piece of quartz, sort of carved in the statuette of a flying bird, or a bird in flight. One just seems to catch the light almost perfectly. Like no matter what angle you seem to look at it, it seems to just always look perfect. And there is another that is jet black, like as dark as it could possibly ever be.
Okay. I'll take a look at them. I won't touch them. I understand the rules of braid. We'll just politely ask. These are very interesting. Can you tell me what they do?
Well, it depends on what you're really looking for. It points to the statuette. If you really want to be the center of attention, make sure that everybody knows that you are there and to really show off your feathers. This one can be quite the assistance. It's the green stone that seems to always catch the light perfectly. If you are simply struggling to find success in life, having this somewhere on your person tends to pass on a little of its perfections. And then points to the pair of stones that are jet black. And these are great for when you want the complete opposite and don't quite want to be seen. And these are more stones. If you are looking for particular jewelries and accessories, I can have a look for any further things we may have in of interest.
Okay. Will I recognise what those items are?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, I'm great at those. Not bad, considering I've got a 0.
Okay, I will let you identify 2 of them if you want to pick.
I would like the first 2, please.
So the first one is an aspect of the dove, a statuette of a dove that you can attune to and grant yourself the ability to look intangibly more beautiful for some reason and become the centre of attention for anyone within 60 feet of you, and giving allies advantage on stealth checks and giving yourself advantage on charisma checks.
Okay. And the second one?
The second one is a good old-fashioned stone of good luck.
Okay, I like the idea of that one. I will just say, as I'm looking across their store, do I spot just simple rings, just made out of precious metals? They don't have to be magical, just regular
Yeah,
old rings.
they've got some simple gold rings.
I'm looking for
Silvers,
platinum ones.
platinum ones. Are you asking the Lamia for platinum rings, or are you just looking to see if they've got them out?
I would like to ask for them as well.
A rare thing you're looking for? A particular reason? You just have my curiosity, sweet.
As you can probably see, I'm a bit of a traveller, and my companions tend to get themselves a little bit banged up by some of the things we run across. The platinum bands will allow me to aid them in their time of need. I need them as a magical focus.
Understandable. Although a little forceful, if you ask me. She says with a smirk as she does lean under the stall and pulls forward a small jewellery box with a pair of fashioned platinum rings that are made to look identical.
Okay. Would you consider trading one of these extremely rare and fresh tusks for the ring, the lockstone, and the 2 platinum bands?
Add in another one of those gemstones, and we have a deal.
He fishes a gemstone out and just plonks it on the table.
Takes it quite happily and gives you the pair of platinum rings and the stone of good luck.
As I know I can get more of those purple crystals if we go see Granny again. I know where to get more.
Fair.
Okay, so I've got a lockstone. I only traded 1 tusk for that. I'm quite happy with that. I'll let someone else take the 4 now.
I would like to look around, just casually strolling around. Is there a jewelry shop again? Like what?
I mean, there is the one that Dios is currently speaking with, if you want to just jump in straight there. Otherwise, you can make an investigation check to see if you can find somewhere else.
I don't want anything magical. I just want a jewelry shop.
Okay. You push your way through the crowd a little bit before finding. It does seem to just be a human in very fine robes with not so much glass cases, but they look at it from a distance, but when you get closer you notice that it's actually magic protecting sort of rows and rows of different types of jewellery.
Okay. Is there any? Would I know if there's any particular gemstone that's only really found here?
Not really. You'd assume with the nature of the place, this isn't really a place where you would go mining for gemstones or anything like that. This is where people come to sell everything. So it's less so much that there's anything unique to here, and more it depends on who's selling what that day.
Something maybe that we hadn't seen in the sea is more what I'm thinking. Like if
There's
something we
definitely
wouldn't have seen.
I mean, there's definitely plenty here that would be brand new to yourself, being as this is easily the furthest inland you've ever been.
Because what I want is just a regular pendant with some kind of interesting gemstone that I would have never seen before.
Okay. There's dozens in these sort of magical cases. The guy seems to just be sort of leaning back on a chair, smoking a pipe. Not really seeming to pay that much attention.
I will just be looking over the cases because you said they're like in cases with like magic over the
Yes.
top. I'll just be like leaning down a little bit, looking in the cases, looking at the different colors of the gems and stuff. Look up to him. Excuse me, how much are these pendants here? And I'll point to like I don't know, a pink one.
So yeah, you'd find essentially this almost like tie-dye stained in a white crystal, but with sort of splotches of pink in a sort of spinning out pattern from it. It reminds you almost of your of a pearl, but it's very distinctly different, which is probably why it sticks out to you as something not from the sea. The guy sort of leans forward. And what have you got to trade? You seem like you've been far and come from a distance. Don't get much tritons up this way. Brought anything from that sea?
Well, on my clothes, I've got little seashells like woven
Yeah.
in, like tied to it and stuff. Any of these are you interested in?
There's a look over him, almost a little too close. Just looking around.
I imagine you see many seashells around here.
Ain't got nothing more sparkly than those ones, have you?
Not really.
Tell you what. Well, the shells are nice. I don't think it's worth one of my pride and joys. Maybe one of the bracelets are out, but not me pendants. Those gems are hard to come by, you see.
Can I have a look at the bracelets then?
I'm sure. Again, it seems to be not so much with any gemstones hanging off them, more of it's their differently weaved thin metals. So things like chains and stuff like that, but in different patterns.
Okay.
Ways that you'd imagine it would take a lot of skill to actually shape that way.
Which of my shells for one of these then? Or multiples of my shells? Not all of them.
Those three. And points to three on your tied netting that are of various large condition or well conditioned shells. I'll trade you one for those.
Okay. I'll untie some of them, like untangle them from the net. And I'll give those to him, and I'll take the.
And so yeah, he reaches, essentially his hand going through the magical glass to pick up the one you were pointing at, and hands it to you.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business.
Thank you.
If you got any more of those artifacts from the sea, bring them up.
Didn't really bring all that much with me, to be honest.
Shame. If you ever come back here, you'll make a fortune with stuff from that distance.
Took a while to get here as well. And I'll just walk away with Neil plodding along next to me.
Okay. Anyone else?
Doing his little waddle.
Anyone else looking for a particular store selling any particular items?
Guts wants to try to find a more reliable bag that she can wear on her hip to put a few items in. So, so she can find them again. And then she wants like some paper or a book that's blank so that she can draw on it. She went home, she remembers drawing on her bed, and she's like, need to draw some more. She wants to draw her best friends. I need the best paper.
You're looking for a bag and paper.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do the bag first. Make an investigation check.
She's probably super overwhelmed by all the people, even though she's like taller than everybody. Yep.
So, you start looking through, and essentially you come to seems to be like a fresh fruits stall, where a sort of older woman seems to be just emptying out of a small hand-stitched bag new fruits to place out on the open counter.
Ma'am, can I buy your bag?
Oh, I am using it, but it depends on what you're hoping to trade for it.
I'd like to reach into the bag that I can pull a magical item out of.
Okay, the strange items table.
Yes, which I don't know if I have access to.
You would do. It is a magical item rather than specifically casting magic.
Okay.
Which is how the previous guy got away with the magic barrier. He said it was an item, not so much a spell.
Okay. Where do I find the table to roll on?
So
is it here?
Yeah, there should be
strange items.
Yeah, a strange items table.
Can I just click on it there? No. In bar? There we go.
Okay.
Did that work?
Yeah, you did. You pull out from your secret demi pouch within your pouch. Your second bag, a small, very very delicate crystal statuette of a butterfly.
Oh. That's kind of... Is it worth a bag? Does Scuts know the value of trading things?
That's entirely up to Scuts. It would be very useful in this particular place if you're looking for something.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's gonna hang on to that one. I don't know if Scuts has any gold or money on her. She's gonna shake down her loincloth and try and figure out if she has anything else. I think I've got my magic paints and my cooking javelin.
You've also got your hag vehicle if you want to get rid of that. There was. You could reach into the normal granny bag and hope for the best. And
that's what I
hopefully
was gonna
not
say.
pull out a creature.
Pull out snail or a dragon. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I was gonna say, I'm gonna see if I can find a non-magical item for a non-magical item. Hold on one second.
Okay. You got lucky.
It's my childhood pet rock. It's really helpful. It can help you find fresh water.
It's your pet rock.
The best be a doodle of eyes and a cheeky grin on that thing.
Yeah, there's eyes drawn on it.
Oh, how
Little smiley face.
How quaint. But as you put it onto the table, it rolls off the side and then drops and then keeps rolling until you go over and pick it back up again.
I'll pick it back up and hold it out to her, but not set it down. Will you trade your bag for my water rock?
You seem like a lovely young dear. Why don't you go ahead and take the bag? And she unhooks the bag and gives it to you, and takes the rock.
Thank you so much. And she's just gonna immediately tie it onto her hip and then put like her paints in there so they're less precariously tied to her waist.
The inside of this particular bag does seem a little bigger than the outside of it.
The one thing anybody wants, pockets, especially if they're fourth dimensional.
Do get yourself a bag of holding.
Yay!
I'm the pack mule. And I carry all my goodies. All right. Now to find some paper to put in here.
There is theoretically a limit to the bag of holding, but I don't think anybody actually keeps track of it.
I don't think we'll actually put anything that's going to break the bag of holding. I think everything else is going to go in the other pocket.
Oh my god, we need an alchemy jug. We need an alchemy jug. Oh my god.
No, you don't. You've already had them too many times.
But they're the best.
I only made mayonnaise.
Who doesn't want to make a shit ton of mayonnaise?
I mean, why would you not make mayonnaise?
Exactly.
Because mayonnaise doesn't exist in Theros.
Well, it does if you've got an alchemy jug.
And we've taken it away.
Nobody knows what it is. Weird white stuff that tastes like eggs.
Well, to be honest, I imagine mayonnaise probably did exist in ancient Greece. I'll be surprised if it didn't.
Well, now I'm curious. And I've
I'll
got to
say
Google it.
Bennett's got some kind of oil. We just need to find some eggs. We'll make the first mayonnaise in history.
Yeah, but it's petrol. It's gasoline.
Well, we'll find out the hard way that it's the wrong type of oil.
Mayonnaise that can launch rockets.
It can't be worse than Frankos's cooking.
Frankos's cooking was great.
There are quite a few, or not a few, but there's a good one or two ogres you can see wandering about.
They're good dudes, though.
That depends entirely on the perspective.
Frankos was the goodest dude.
He was a good boy.
No one else wants to do anything. I have 3 more tusks to offload.
I'm out of ideas after my first attempt went badly.
I mean, you haven't made an attempt.
My attempt was the scale mail, and then I realised I can't actually use
Oh
it.
right, that wasn't much of an attempt as, oh, I like this item. Oh, I can't use this item. I don't care anymore.
I don't know what to get now.
What
Get yourself some,
can you wear?
You can get boar tusk armor. You could get a normal cheaton. You can get some hides medium. Let's have a look.
I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this trunk as well.
You can get some. You could get a mithril version of one of some scale. I know that would still be considered. I think it just doesn't impose disadvantage on stealth checks, so it's still considered medium. So yeah, you've got the choice of boar tusk or the chiton, and that's it.
Tell you what, dealer's choice. I just want to see if I can find some magical armor.
Well, go ahead and make an investigation check to see if you can find a anywhere that would sell magical armor.
Can I can I help Zolk out by picking him up and putting him on my shoulders?
Sure.
He's probably having a hard time seeing.
Investigate.
It's daylight.
Yeah, it is daylight.
No, he's so short and it's crowded. There's probably people in front of everything.
Okay. So you wander and you find a sort of offshoot down a little alleyway towards a very heavily shaded stall front to a shop that actually goes inside a building. It is covered in what seem to be almost like damages or breaks in the walls, like cracks and dents and stuff like that. But on the outside, it does seem to look like a place where you would buy weapons or armor.
Okay. I shall walk in and speak to whoever's manning it.
You walk in and you are immediately hit with this wave of heat, almost to the point where it almost singes your fur a little bit, as you find a shirtless Loxodon hammering away at an anvil in front of a large forge in a room far too small for him.
Oh no, poor man. Not the Loxodon.
You get the feeling that most of the cracks in the wall are from him just not being able to fit and catching his tusks and his shoulders on things.
Loxodon is the elephant people, right?
They're the elephant
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Loxodons are great.
Big elephant dude. You're not allowed to do the elephant call on stream because you will blow out the microphone. I will kick you from the call.
After the session.
My Discord.
When the session ends.
After the session, you can do it.
Yes.
We know how bad it is and how loud it is.
Oh, okay. So Zolk is gonna sheepishly call out, "Good day, large Tootie. Could I get some help?"
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Oh Christ.
Okay.
Oh Christ.
Surprisingly enough, he manages to hear your tiny squeaking as he bashes away at this piece of metal. As he immediately starts trying to move and run away from you.
I forgot about that mad detail of Loxodons.
Well, it was more elephants and mice.
No need to be afraid. I'm rat, not mice.
Why would you startle me like that?
Not by intent.
I thought Furfurus was coming for me soul. Which would be weird because he's not allowed in here. What?
I'm looking for armor that would help. With the not dying.
Are you even big enough to wear armour? Are you old enough to wear armour? You shouldn't be out and get yourself killed, kid.
What I do isn't your business, but I do
Oh,
have.
scathing.
I can offer you some interesting poisons.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with poisons? Can I bash it with a hammer and turn it into armor? No. Have
Well,
you
you're not
got
wrong.
money? Have you got metals?
Non-explosive javelin.
You're sounding more and more like a mouse. I don't like mice.
What could you do for me for, say, 200 gold?
Now that's better, actually talking to me. If you let me take your measurements, I can make you some armor. But I can't do anything magical for that little cash.
That's fine.
For 200, I can get some basic boar tusks.
Yeah, sure. Ratto is poor now.
He picks you up bodily and just sort of rolls you around in his hands as he sort of takes measurements in a more direct way by physically sort of stretching you out in certain places to sort of see how far and how flexible you are
Oh god, that's unsettling.
before just dropping you. Alright, come back tomorrow with the gold now. You're half gold now, other half tomorrow. I'll have it done.
Much appreciated, large Tootie.
Call me that again, and I'm stepping on you.
Very well.
Anyone else?
Bennett's changed his mind. He's not bothered about armor. He wants to know if there is a swordsmith that can make Soul Reaver a +1 sword.
Unlikely, because it's your legendary item. So it's something you'd need to ask your god to do. As in, you need to start completing your major agendas to get upgrades to your main weapon.
Yeah, I tried that, but then we got barred from the place we needed to go to. Yeah. Unless there's a tattooist
You can have a look for 'em.
who does magical tattoos.
You can have a look for 'em.
Yes. Probably won't find one, but
Yeah, make an investigation. Okay.
no.
So you have a wander and see what you can find. And following not far behind Zulk and his search for armor, you find another sort of shaded alleyway in which there is sort of an end unit covered in what you would best assume is artwork, I guess, depending on how you look at it. So,
What does the artwork look like?
it seems open to interpretation, as it seems to be vague shapes and lines and splashes of colour. Very creative, very avant-garde. Or the deranged scribblings of a madman. Kind of hard to tell.
Do I recognise any of the symbols or anything like that?
You can see a couple things that would almost imply thieves' cant, but you're not fully sure. It does seem to be even jumbled even for thieves' cant.
Is there anybody that I can see?
Would you like to go inside?
Yeah, I'll go in.
Okay, you go inside and find a stout little creature, probably about a head shorter than a dwarf, grey skin, luminous white hair, shocked upright, sucking on the tip of a needle. All right. Oh, we've got someone new, have we? Are you here for a tattoo? Yeah, I'll know what you need. I'll know what you need. He immediately walks up to you and gives you a good old lick.
Wait, what?
Lick.
Yes. Yes, Alan.
Hand to elbow.
Bennett doesn't really respond. He just carries on looking at him.
This is over the
Pretty
top
sure.
of your cloak as well.
I'm pretty sure Max met this guy a lot.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, he did.
I see. You know, I can't tattoo over the top of, like, cloaks and shit. I'm not the greatest at, like, writing on clothes, but I can certainly try. It's always worth trying something new, eh? Bromdrom Ink Belly at your service, mate. You're looking for a tattoo?
Interested in seeing what you have, and I heard rumours that you can do work that will improve things.
Oh, I can do work that'll improve, that'll make you fall apart, that'll just look fucking cool. As long as it tastes right. That's the most important part of a tattoo, you see. You need to make sure that not only ink, but canvas really match in flavour.
Like Bennett sort of he looks around, makes sure that nobody else is there. He even goes back to the doorway. I'm assuming there's a curtain or a door or something.
It's a door. Call it a door is a bit of a stretch. It's essentially just a plank that vaguely fits over the hole.
So yeah, he shuts it over just to make it a bit harder to see in, and then he gets closer to the dwarf and he says, I seem to have fallen off the path somewhat, and I want to make myself better at what I do.
Oh, I can make you better. Come here. And again, he starts licking your palm, the palm of your hand. Aye. You're supposed to be killing people, but you're pretty fucking shit at it, to my taste.
Used to be good. Something happened, I don't know what. It seemed to coincide with meeting my new best friend. You might see him around at some point. He's Leonin. He's a good fellow, but I don't seem to be able to kill as well as I once did in his presence.
Well, that's no good, is it?
No. It's a source of a lot of embarrassment, if I'm honest.
So how'd you prefer to get your killing on? What you fancying, eh?
Well, if you can do something that will that's a shit. No, now I need to think. Because I've been rolling quite well with my short bow this past couple of sessions, but I could ask for something that makes me better at aiming and potentially just roll shit at that. Then again.
Okay. So.
Reflexes. That's what I want. I want better reflexes, just to give me a bit of an edge in combat, close combat. You know, just like better reflexes to.
He nods and takes a moment to sort of mutter to himself as he goes and samples various inks and needles that he has, trying to work out what exactly is the best combination of flavors before he clicks, grabs a handful of bottles, knocking over more in the process, before essentially just shoving you onto a seat, taking out a pen or a needle and a hammer, and then just sort of looking at you expectantly. Oh God, take it off! Wait, wish, take it off!
Yeah, Bennett takes his cape off and I also can't remember what armor I'm wearing. I'm certain it's leather armor. But yeah, takes that off. And well, I don't need none of the other player characters are in here, so I don't need to describe what he looks like.
So immediately starts hammering away with his essentially hammer and chisel as he starts adding a tattoo to you. A Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh dear.
Okay. It hurts. It hurts a lot. And seems to just keep going. So it starts up at your shoulder, but then starts moving down your back, and then over across to the front of your chest, and then down back up to your shoulder and down your arm, and then slightly up your neck, and just in random parts, and occasionally it'll stop and move somewhere else after taking a few both licks of the needle and of your skin to make sure he's in the right places. Before, after a solid hour of painful and probably infectious hammering, you come away with this mishmash of artwork over one side of your body. As he gives you an extraordinary tattoo. That's the name of the item. So, basically, it gives you a free feat. So, while you return to it, you get a feat. So, I'll let you pick what feat you want rather than having to dig through.
Where can I find this list of feats?
If you go to the compendium, so up at the top where you can swap between the chat and the journal.
Oh, yeah.
And there should be the whole list of feats there.
Feats, yeah.
You can get yourself one of those. But once you pick one, it stays as that, so you can't be like, oh, I want to swap my feet to something else later.
Okay, I will look through them. I'll let you carry on what you do.
So, after that, does anyone else want anything else?
I've got 3 more tusks to get rid of. I don't know what to do with them. Let's go for... Let's have a think. What do I want?
Alright, I thought we'll do one more shop and then we'll put a pause for the day.
I think, actually. I will pass for the moment. I need to think.
So yeah, in fact, we'll do it that way then. If you think between now and next week, what places you would, or what additional items you want to get, what you'd want to buy, you can spend a bit of time in Tethmos before moving on to wherever else you'd want to go.
I do want to have just a quick moment with Scots, though.
Okay, yeah.
So Dios will approach Scots. Does she still have Zolk on her shoulders?
I don't think so at this point.
Oh, he's too busy scaring Loxodons, isn't he?
Yes, he is scaring Loxodons.
Yeah, he wandered off.
Okay, cool. I'll wander over to Scots and say, Scots?
Hey, Dios, what's up?
Give me a hand.
She sticks her hand out.
And I rummage around in my pack and I place one of the platinum bands in the palm of her hand. If we get into a big combat, stick that on your finger.
Ooh, what's it do?
You'll see. The surprise. It is a non-magical band of platinum. It's very expensive,
How romantic.
but it's there's a reason.
Is it large enough to fit on her
I mean,
giant fingers?
we can make it fit if we need to.
It would
You can
essentially
hook it over
be-
your.
Yeah,
You put it over your horn if you wanted to.
Oh. Can I just stick it on there, or do I have to put it on only when we're
You just
using it?
You just have to wear it. You can just have it on at all times if you want.
Yeah, alright, she's gonna stick it on her horn then. Thanks, Dios!
So it probably goes about 3 inches down your horn, so it's sort of still quite near the top.
That's okay. Just jam it on there. And I've got the
She's-
matched one, and that's currently over my left thumb.
I don't remember how soft of a metal platinum is. She can just like crunch it onto her horn.
Yeah, it's
keep
pretty
it
soft.
there.
Yeah, it's white gold, essentially. Or silver gold. Unripe gold. That was the name of platinum.
Yeah, then that'll be real soft. She'll make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And crimp it right in place.
So if we get into
Thanks,
a big
Dios.
combat, I can do something that will help you out a lot.
She claps excitedly.
As far as I'm aware, it won't be the first time that spell's been used in the game. Only it should be the first time players use it.
Oh.
I've been trying to get a pair of platinum rings since like episode 3. I can't use the spell without them.
So, unless anyone else is doing anything in particular, we will put an end there for this week. So, we'll have a quick look through the end of session wrap-ups. I will try and add Sogeg's ones, because he was here for the most part, up until he had a power cut. So, you get a point of piety for showing up. Everyone gets a good old point of piety.
I don't.
Except for those that are capped, because they get infinite piety anyway. So, did you complete your minor agenda?
Mine didn't really come up.
I would say yes to Nadrin,
Okay.
because it didn't come up. But that is still considered a success, because the whole idea was don't let it happen. So if it didn't happen just naturally, it still didn't happen. It's a fail for Sogeg. I'd actually say that's a fail for Dios. Not a losing points, just you wouldn't get any.
Don't get any anyway.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's a point for Scads.
Because I sent her an ant.
You sent her the ant.
I thought if I had known I had my rages back at the beginning, I would have stuffed the giant pretty snake.
Oh,
Or
God.
tried.
Yeah, there's a reason that Dios stood next to you when that thing appeared to
Yeah.
grab your tail if you started trotting over.
Let's just say that thing is a little above your weight class at the moment.
That's for sure. Well, maybe if I was huge, though.
Yeah, you never know.
But, yeah. Next time.
So that's going to be
But yeah, we
no for Bennett. That's what I finish on these ones. And a no for Zolk. You tried, but you didn't succeed. Did you expand your god's influence? Don't think anybody did that. Same with diminishing anything. And no divine interventions.
Not allowed at the moment.
So, Story points. You get a point of story for showing up. Did you overcome a great challenge using violent or non-violent means? As much as that Oliphant hit really hard, I'm not actually counting it as a great challenge because it wasn't really supposed to be. So that's going to be a no. Did you make a significant discovery or unearth some lost history? I will put a yes on this one. Not only for Dios starting to uncover his connection to the Leonian concept of ancestors and that seeming connection to Scottish skylights, but also you learn of Tethmos and bringing back that beautiful D&D PTSD.
Damn you. I'm glad you brought the dwarf back, though, because he was awesome.
This was my excuse to be able to bring back old NPCs.
Why does he lick?
Because he's a Dero, which is a Duragar that's gone completely insane. And they have a D20 roll table to work out what's their weird quirk, and one of them is they taste everything. That's how they understand the world, is that they taste things. I thought that would make a really fun tattoo artist. So that was what they were. And they were great. I loved Bromdrum Inkbelly.
We loved interacting with him.
He's beautiful.
It was batshit insane.
I love it.
He was the one that caused Petey to be Petey.
Petey,
They
that
had
poor
max with
monkey.
a movement speed of 60 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was higher than that.
Oh god, yeah, it was like 120 by the end.
Was it? Shit, I don't
Yeah,
remember it being that high.
Like Sonic the Hedgehog by the
Yeah.
end of it. Gotta go fast.
Okay. Did you perform an act worthy of a new epithet? Did anyone feel like they deserve a new epithet?
Superman punched an elephant.
You did Superman punch an elephant, but that's also the power of inflict wounds. That's already powerful enough.
Needs more.
Well, let's be fair, your upcast didn't make that much of a difference.
No, it didn't. But it was still fun.
It was still fun. And it was exactly what you needed to kill a thing, so...
Divine Providence.
So, is that a no? No one feel like they earned any new epithets?
I don't think so. Not for me, anyway.
That's fair. It was a relatively quiet one. You didn't want an ant arguing one?
Oh my god.
Look forward to
As
going
much-
back and re-listening to that one.
Oh, I am so going back and listening to my argument with some ants.
So, no successful Wills for the people checks either. And then we've got some loyalty for Pogeg and for Neil. So you get a point of loyalty just for playing the session. You did a combat together, so they will get a point for that. Fought together as one. Didn't sacrifice anything for the good of the companions. That's a no. Did they perform an incredible action? No. And did they remain in good health? Yes.
Neil took damage.
Did he take fatal or like over half his health in damage?
He succeeded on his saving throw. So I don't think he's
No, I don't think so.
particularly...
So yeah, you'd still get a point for that one.
Okay.
Okay. So, next week, we will pick back up as you explore the golden city of Tethmos. Carry on a little bit of more shopping, so make sure between this week and next week to think of anything you would want to search for. Thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone at home for watching along. We will be back next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. GMT.
And if you want to keep caught up on the shenanigans, we've got them all uploaded on our YouTube channels. And I don't know on your stream, but if you hit !YouTube on mine, it'll pop the link right up.
That's a very good thing to do. I will set that up for next week.
Big brain, we got this.
That is big brain. Yeah, I should have done that. You can find the links in the descriptions of our Twitch channels as well.
Everyone take care, have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.